For weeks we have toured the Great White North, from the west to the east, and it has all led us here, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We are approaching Scotiabank Arena for the 2025 Elimination Chamber. Who will punch their ticket to the grandest stage? Who will survive Satan's prison? Who is going to WrestleMania? We find out live right here from Toronto. Every year, they come. Warriors, filled with hope, chasing destiny. And every year, those dreams lead them to the most dangerous battlefield in WWE history. An enclosed structure built from unrelenting chains and unforgiving steel. A creation without mercy, where bodies are battered, spirits are broken, and only the strongest will survive. Tonight, these women and these men step into the proving ground of pain. They will risk it all. Their courage will be tested. Their will pushed to its breaking point. Their dreams put on the line. But for one lonely survivor, the reward is etched in immortality. The road to WrestleMania is paved with unexpected twists and turns, but none are more unforgiving than the Elimination Chamber.
Don't let it go. Don't let it go. It's time for the show.
But tonight is not just about the steel prison that awaits. This night is about gold, about glory, about war. Rivalries have festered, tensions have risen, and tonight, long-standing grudges reach their boiling point. Titles are on the line as champions fight to defend their place on the mountaintop, while hungry contenders seek to rip it all away. Bad blood will boil over. Competition will be of the highest. Careers could be changed forever. WrestleMania looms on the horizon, but only those who survive the chaos will march into battle with their destiny in hand. Steel awaits, chains tighten, the countdown to destruction begins now. This is the Elimination Chamber.
And now, WWE Elimination Chamber.
You are looking live inside Scotiabank Arena. We're in the 6th, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The road to WrestleMania makes a pit stop right here tonight at the Elimination Chamber. And I can't think of a bigger way to kick things off than with an oh-so-personal battle between the Judgment Days, Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, one-on-one with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. It is a rematch 5 months in the making, a story that dates all the way back to last summer, leading into SummerSlam. Roman Reigns stood alongside Jey, Jimmy, and Solo Sikoa, his family, in a war against the Judgment Day and Seth freaking Rollins all the way back last August. And although the Bloodline was victorious in Ford Field, Damian Priest made it his mission to pick apart the Bloodline one at a time. And he did just that, defeating the Usos, setting them off Monday Night Raw, embarrassing Solo Sikoa, and stealing victory away from Roman Reigns. What you are seeing now is the events of September at the season premiere of Raw, when Priest and Balor simply outnumbered Roman Reigns. We did not see Roman Reigns for months. That was until the Royal Rumble 4 weeks ago. The Tribal Chief returning to take Damian Priest's eye off the ball in the midst of a WWE Championship matchup and ensure that the punishment of the Judgment Day would not be leaving his hometown of New York City holding the hardware. It has been back and forth ever since between Roman Reigns and the Judgment Day. And don't forget about what happened this past Monday Night on Raw, the very awkward confrontation as Roman Reigns seemingly came to the aid of Seth Rollins as he was outnumbered by the Judgment Day as well. A story ever developing. Roman Reigns is out for payback. 5 months in the making, right here, right now. The punishment of the Judgment Day, nearly winning the WWE title 4 weeks ago, maybe would've if it weren't for the OTC.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian.
Well, remember, it was this past Monday Night on Raw that Damian Priest went mano-a-mano against the Visionary, Seth freaking Rollins, an Elimination Chamber qualifying matchup. Rollins sticking it to his rival in Damian Priest, qualifying for tonight's affairs inside Satan's prison. But the Judgment Day again using their numbers as they always do. Finn Balor ambushing Rollins from behind. A beatdown in the middle of the squared circle. Roman Reigns coming to the aid of Rollins, but was he really? Let us not forget about all the bad blood, the history between Reigns and Rollins, and simply Roman Reigns, well, he's been headhunting the Judgment Day for weeks. The result of Monday got him in this position tonight, the rematch he's been waiting for since the month of September at the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. Well, Damian Priest may not be in the match he originally wanted tonight. First, it was the WWE title match he tried to enter, then the Elimination Chamber. But now, he goes one-on-one with the, let's say, demons of his past.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns!
This is a simple formula of actions have consequences. And Damian Priest tonight enters Toronto to simply face the music. The Tribal Chief, and the original one at that. Roman Reigns marches to the squared circle with purpose tonight. He could have returned at the Royal Rumble, in the Royal Rumble match, trying to aim at a WWE or World title affair at WrestleMania. But Roman Reigns took what happened 5 months ago extremely personally. You do not try to build your career, not only on behalf of Roman Reigns, but off the back of the entire Anoa'i family. Roman Reigns takes his bloodline affairs extremely seriously. It was Jey and Jimmy Uso who were banished from Monday Night Raw all the way back in September as well, thanks to Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Solo Sikoa had several run-ins with the Judgment Day, all unsuccessful. Roman Reigns has not forgotten about the pain, about the bloodshed of last summer and the events that followed. And now, here tonight, February the 9th, live from the 6th, Roman Reigns looks to use that rage, channel it, and let it fuel him tonight in this highly anticipated rematch against the punishment of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. Well, I'll tell you, it is going to be a high-octane, high-energy kind of night here at the Elimination Chamber. So many WrestleMania implications riding on the line. But here we go. Your most personal match of the evening, Damian Priest and Roman Reigns. Well, here we go. The bell has sounded, and Roman Reigns, as expected, very high energy out of the gate. And wait a minute here. Well, I believe Finn Balor has made his way down the ringside at some point over the last minute or so. Finn Balor, who will compete in the Elimination Chamber match tonight, is in the corner of Damian Priest. Well, it's just as it was 5 months ago in Chicago at the season premiere of Raw. Balor has already got his own game plan, if you will, for later tonight, but it seems as if the Judgment Day are once again going to try to outnumber Roman Reigns. Well, Roman Reigns, I don't even know if he realized that the Prince is looming at ringside yet, as his focus has solely been on Damian Priest, and Priest should expect nothing less. This is months of build-up for Roman Reigns internally, ready to let it all out, let out all the anger and the frustration. Damian Priest sending Roman Reigns to the outside. Priest never been afraid to leave the soles of his boots over the top rope in the early going. The fight getting taken to ringside as Toronto is hot and heavy in enjoyment of what we are witnessing between Damian Priest and Roman Reigns. The bell just sounding a few moments ago, and these two men, no need for a feeling out process. No lockups, no collar and elbows, no wrist locks tonight between Priest and Roman. This is going to be a fight. Roman Reigns grabbing a hold of Damian Priest, still on the apron and dropping a leg on the back. Roman Reigns again has got to keep an eye on Finn Balor at ringside. I'm sure he's noticed him at this point, but Roman just trying to stay internally focused on Damian Priest. Certainly the biggest way to stick it to the Judgment Day is getting that victory inside of the ring tonight. We've seen it against the Judgment Day in the past when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn took away their tag team titles when Seth Rollins pinned Damian Priest back in War Games in November. Nothing hurts the Judgment Day's ego more than defeat between the ropes. Roman Reigns looking to get back the victory that was stolen away from him 5 months ago by the Judgment Day, but I don't know if Priest as well as Balor at ringside are going to give him that option. Can't take anything away from Damian Priest. We may not like his actions, we may not like his attitude. He may have an ego the size of Toronto as a whole. But Damian Priest, a future world champion, no doubt about it. Nearly was the WWE champion 4 weeks ago at the Royal Rumble. And maybe would have left New York City with the gold if it wasn't for Roman Reigns. Roman sending Damian over the top that time. And there you see Finn Balor. Finn Balor, what does he think? He's invisible or something like that? He's trying to expose the corner, and he did just that. Roman Reigns basically laughing in his face and dragging Finn inside of the ring. Well, again, Finn Balor will compete in the men's elimination chamber matchup later tonight. There's Roman sent him to the outside. But what that distraction did do is allow Damian Priest to get back inside the ring and take momentum back on a silver platter. Well, Finn Balor sacrificing himself to the tribal chief that time, only to allow Damian Priest to get back in control. This is exactly what the Judgment Day wants, to take control, to let their powers that be take hostage over Monday Night Raw all over again. Priest and Balor, back-to-back years, the tag team of the year in WWE, former 3-time tag team champions as well. I'm sure they would love to get back the tag team championship gold, but first they got to deal with this ever-looming issue that is Roman Reigns. Here's Balor trying to swipe his feet out from ringside. Damian Priest again gonna level the tribal chief. Many have tried to knock Roman Reigns off his proverbial pedestal. Many have failed, but he can't take anything away from Damian Priest. He may not like how he did it 5 months ago, but he has pinned the shoulders of Roman Reigns. Will he do so again? That's the question at hand. Certainly is the last thing Roman Reigns wants upon entering Toronto tonight. Inside a sold-out Scotiabank Arena, Roman Reigns with his back against the wall and certainly outnumbered by Priest and Balor. Roman Reigns might have expended himself in the early moments of this matchup. Obviously high energy, extremely emotional. He called this possibly the most personal match of this evening, and for good reason. Roman Reigns, although a veteran and although has been in this kind of situation before, needs to make sure his emotions do not get the best of him, and he stays focused just like we saw there. Cannot allow Balor to be a distraction. Hell, he can't allow this capacity crowd in Toronto. Although rallying behind Roman Reigns, he's got to block out the noise and focus on Damian Priest, as we've said before. Priest hoisted up top, certainly not by will, but by force. Roman in hot pursuit. Could we go for a little Samoan drop, fall away slam, whatever you want to call it. It was damn sure effective. Only a 1 count that time, but Toronto again on their feet. And Roman Reigns is getting fired up. High energy in the early moments of this matchup. Damian Priest able to cool him off. And now Roman trying to reignite that fire, but Damian Priest wants none of it. This matchup signed on for tonight's Elimination Chamber in the final moments of Monday Night Raw this past week after Damian was unsuccessful to qualify for the Elimination Chamber against yet another rival in Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns looking to hand Priest yet another unsuccessful loss here tonight. Priest utilizing that springboard a couple of times in this matchup has really split the difference on the delivery. Roman Reigns now finds himself in the corner again, and this is what Damian Priest needs to do. He needs to slow down the offense. He needs to not allow the 6 Toronto to be a factor. He needs to completely take the wind out of the sails of Roman Reigns. Priest has got to remember that Roman's been thinking about this matchup over the last 5 months. How much has Damian Priest really thought about Roman Reigns over the last 5 months? If you asked the Judgment Day, I think they would have said they embarrassed the Bloodline enough and they would have never saw Roman Reigns again. Certainly weren't they mistaken. Right now, Damian Priest, as we talked about earlier on, is facing the demons of his past. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to go back-to-back. Right now, he's got Roman Reigns in a rough spot, up into the corner, and now Roman maybe out on his feet. Damian Priest, south of heaven to Roman Reigns. Into the cover in Toronto. This one's over. Not just yet. Roman Reigns still alive. Frustration written on the body language of the punishment of the Judgment Day as he thought he sent Roman Reigns south of heaven for good. And you see Priest starting to get fired up. He cannot allow his emotions now to come into check. Roman on the outside. Damian step up over the top rope. Down on the Tribal Chief. Simply nowhere to run when you're in there with any member of the Judgment Day. Roman might have kicked out and he might have survived that south of heaven, but he is far from thriving at the current moment. The damage has been done. Roman Reigns competing in his first match since the month of September. Ring rust may be a factor. Roman may be beaten already here in Toronto. Massive lariat on the outside that turns Roman inside out. Back inside the ring goes Roman. Referee's at a count of 9. Damian Priest needs to get the hell back inside the ring. I think he was taking all his seconds there, wrestling his style of matchup. Roman looking worse for wear. Back inside the ring. Damian Priest has completely taken over. Now back into the cover. Priest believes the damage is done, but Roman Reigns is not done yet. What is it going to take to keep Roman down here tonight? Roman was motivated to diss the fight back to Damian Priest back in September. Imagine how much more Roman is motivated here in the month of February. All the bad blood dating back to, hell, even last year at WrestleMania when the Judgment Day and the Usos met for the very first time in an epic rivalry. Priest taking down Roman Reigns. Looking to secure the 3 count. Again, Roman able to kick out. Damian Priest has got to be shocked. And now, Damian Priest could have been looking to add a little salt into the wounds, an exclamation point on this matchup, and Roman able to sidestep finally, and he sends Damian over the top. Roman Reigns obviously slow to capitalize. Damage has clearly been done. Fatigue playing a factor, but Roman is going to try to fight, trying to give this match his damnedest against Damian Priest. It is a game of catch-up at the current moment. On the outside of the ring, I'm not sure that's where Roman Reigns wants to be with the Judgment Day. Remember, Finn Balor looming in the opposite corner, making his way down the ringside after the entrances. Roman sending Damian back inside the ring, certainly where he looks to get the job done here tonight at the Elimination Chamber. Ain't nothing pretty about Roman's offense that time. Couple of hard shots. Unfortunately, again, we're going to sound like a broken record, but it's the simple story of this matchup. Damage may be done. Roman missing wildly with what looked to be an uppercut. Damian's got Roman, dare I say, exactly where he wants him. Another sidestep by Roman. Able to put the brakes on. Another tribal chief from behind. Underneath the legs of Damian Priest, hoisting the big man up and slamming him down on the canvas. And making a trilogy. Roman again, slow to capitalize here. Damian Priest getting caught. Roman has got to fight through the pain. He's got to fight through the punishment if he wants to do one good by his entire family tonight and certainly get back his victory from all those months ago. Again, Roman Reigns' equilibrium might be thrown off a bit as you saw a miss for that lariat, but hits it from behind on the second attempt. Roman Reigns just trying to keep down Damian Priest, but I don't know how much gas is left in that tank. Big boot. Damian crawling to the corner and, oh, wait a minute here. Hold on, well, this is where Finn Balor at ringside becomes an X Factor, trying to distract Roman Reigns, getting into a screaming match and argument. Priest trying to come from behind. Roman read the playbook, but then he gets caught. Roman's been there before, and I think he had it scouted. Nothing he can do off the second attempt by Priest. Now Roman's starting to come unglued. Roman Reigns seemingly starting to find his mojo here in Toronto. All the while, Damian Priest is down. Spear by Roman Reigns. Just as it was at the Royal Rumble, but Damian Priest is able to kick out. And you see how enthusiastic Priest was on the kick out. Clearly saw this matchup flash before his eyes. Might have been getting flashbacks to 4 weeks ago in Madison Square Garden. The spear cutting. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Finn Balor reaching inside of the ring and grabbing a hold of Roman Reigns' boot. Oh, I think Roman's had enough of it. I think Roman's daring Finn to lay a hand on him, break this thing down into absolute chaos here at the Elimination Chamber. Oh no, these two men getting into an argument. Roman, keep your eye on Damian, who comes out of the ring with a tope suicida. And hold on here, all the while Priest is dealing with Roman, I think referee John Cone has had enough of the antics and has thrown Finn Balor out of ringside, and good on him. Balor, who's got a matchup, will compete inside the Elimination Chamber later tonight. Sent back to the showers as Roman Reigns and Damian Priest are back inside the ring, looking for a conclusion to this matchup. Roman Reigns in the corner, Superman punch! And after months of frustration, I don't think Roman's done yet. Oh, wait a minute now. Dominic Mysterio at ringside. First Finn Balor, he was just tossed out of here, and now Dirty Dom. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Judgment Day outnumbering Roman Reigns. Reigns was looking to put the exclamation point on this matchup, looking to finally do one good for his bloodline, and Damian Priest just struck him from behind off the distraction. Roman Reigns may be knocked out on his feet, and if he isn't already, Damian Priest is looking to ensure it. Oh no! South of heaven off the middle rope. That's a bunch of bull. That's ridiculous. The Judgment Day have once again screwed Roman Reigns. First Finn, then Dom, then the choke slam by Priest.
Here is your winner, Damian Priest.
Much to the chagrin of this Toronto audience, the Judgment Day, and specifically in this case, Damian Priest, have stuck it to Roman Reigns once again. Absolutely ridiculous. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe Mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe Mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. It's a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member, as we are less than a week away from the Road to WrestleMania live event exclusively for Noah Nation Gaming channel members. It is going down next Saturday. You can punch your ticket by hitting the join button down below. Already signed for that event, Monday Night Raw's World Tag Team Champions and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will put the gold on the line against NXT's Mark Coffey and Wolfgang of Gallus, exclusively going down at the Road to WrestleMania channel member exclusive live event. But speaking of WrestleMania, who is going to Philadelphia? We are going to find out coming up next inside the Elimination Chamber. Bayley, Zoey Stark, Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Liv Morgan, and Io Sky, an opportunity to challenge for the Women's World Championship at the grandest stage of them all is on the line right here, right now, inside the Elimination Chamber. Of course, Raquel Rodriguez and Nia Jax will compete for that very gold later tonight. But who is heading to WrestleMania as the #1 contender?
The following contest is the Elimination Chamber match. The rules of the match are as follows. 4 participants will be locked away in their respective pods. 2 superstars will start the match in the ring. The participants will be released into the match in random order. Eliminations can take place at any time during the match. The last superstar remaining in the chamber will be declared our Elimination Chamber winner! Making her way to the ring from Las Vegas, Nevada, Zoey!
It is certainly a talented field inside the Elimination Chamber matchup.
And her opponents, first, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair!
Well, here comes somebody who knows all about competing for championships on the grandest stage. That is the Queen, Charlotte Flair, defeating Chelsea Green to qualify for tonight's Elimination Chamber event. Charlotte Flair looking to get back to the dance, looking to qualify to challenge for the Women's World Championship at the Show of Shows, either March 8th or 9th in Philadelphia. Zoey Stark, of course, a former women's tag team champion, defeated her tag team partner Shayna Baszler to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. And speaking of former women's tag team champions, here comes the genius of the sky.
And from Tokyo, Japan,
Io Sky has competed in this very matchup before. Io Sky has held championship gold before, and even last year had 1 point challenged Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's World Championship. Just 72 hours ago on Thursday Night SmackDown, Io Sky defended the blue brand successfully in an interpromotional matchup against Raw's Lyra Valkyria. Io Sky defeated a former Women's World Champion in herself, the prodigy Roxanne Perez, to qualify for tonight's festivities. Are we looking at the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship? The Elimination Chamber, certainly a daring experience, and Io Sky, certainly a daring individual, willing to throw caution in the wind in the means of success. And here comes another former decorated women's champion.
And from San Jose, California, Bayley!
on the chase for championship gold is certainly the story that can tell her last year in WWE. She has competed in the Elimination Chamber match before, but as we've talked about time and time again, for nearly 2 years, Bayley was in and out of action with nagging injuries and really unable to gain any sort of momentum, whether it was on SmackDown or Monday Night Raw. Getting drafted to Raw last year, Bayley has really brought a new life into her career, to say the least. She has challenged for the Women's Championship. She's challenged for the tag team titles with the man Becky Lynch. And although those opportunities have not gone the way Bayley Uso would have hoped, tonight yet another opportunity to kick the door down and get back to the promised land. Bayley defeating Becky Lynch this past Monday Night on Raw to become the last to qualify for tonight's event. And here comes a woman who left WrestleMania last year with gold.
And from Elmwood Park, New Jersey,
we sit here and we talk about Bayley's chase for gold, but what about Liv Morgan's recent history on Monday Night Raw? As we just touched on, Liv Morgan walked out of last year's WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion. But ever since losing that gold back in the summer, Liv Morgan has really struggled to find her footing on Monday nights. Maybe an opportunity to survive the Elimination Chamber and challenge either Nia Jax or Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's World title at WrestleMania is exactly what Liv Morgan needs to reshape her career in the WWE. Liv gonna start out this Elimination Chamber matchup as all 4 pods have been filled. Liv now awaits her opening challenger. And speaking of Monday Night Raw, you are looking at one of the hottest newcomers to the Red brand in recent months. A former NXT Women's Champion, taking up Monday Night Raw by storm. Lyra Valkyria enters the Elimination Chamber.
and from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Win, lose, or draw, Lyra Valkyria has continued to impress ever since her Monday Night Raw debut back in the month of September, defeating the veteran, the Queen of Hearts, Natalya, just a few weeks ago, live and in living color on the Red brand to punch her ticket to tonight's festivities. Lyra competing inside Satan's prison for the very first time, and what a coming out party it could be for one Lyra Valkyria. Just imagine if she is the last woman standing on the other side of the bell. Well, here we go. It is Lyra, it is Liv. These two women kicking off the Elimination Chamber matchup as Io Sky, Bayley, Zoey Stark, and Charlotte Flair remain in the pods for the time being. Pinfall or submission can, of course, take place inside the ring or technically outside of it to be eliminated. Really nothing the referee is there for other than to call for the decisions. Last woman standing on the other side of the bell is going to WrestleMania to challenge for the Women's World Championship. We will find out by the end of tonight, right here in Toronto, who will be competing for that very goal, both champion and challenger, come Philadelphia next month. Liv Morgan looking to get back to the promised land as she is all over Lyra in the opening moments of this contest. Liv Morgan, like her recent attitude or not, over the last few months, she has proven many a times in her career, especially dating back to last year at WrestleMania, that she is resilient. Maybe as we saw off that failed attempt with a dropkick, not always making the most wise decision is Liv Morgan. Certainly made herself a couple of new enemies on Raw in recent months. One of those, being Jade Cargill, who we saw on the kickoff show standing eye to eye with Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair standing by her side. Certainly a developing story there surrounding the women's tag team titles, but it's Lyra Valkyria who's looking to create her story inside the Elimination Chamber. As we touched on moments ago, it could be a massive coming out party for a former NXT Women's Champion. You want to make yourself known on Monday Night Raw. Talk about winning your first Elimination Chamber matchup and heading into your first WrestleMania to challenge for a world title. Lyra Valkyria may be seeing her name in the lights very early on in her WWE career. It's certainly right up her alley. All the talent in the world, all the promise in the world. Liv Morgan looks to wear her down. The countdown is on. We are going to have our first entrant joining Liv and Lyra inside Satan's prison. And who is it gonna be? And it is going to be SmackDown's Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, who just 3 days ago was inside of that very ring with one Lyra Valkyria on SmackDown. In her promotional matchup this past Thursday night in Ottawa, Io Sky was victorious. So Lyra Valkyria would love to settle that score with Io right here tonight, but Liv Morgan looking to dominate the squared circle at the given moment. If anybody has had the most success over the last 12 months, even in failure, I think you gotta look at Liv Morgan. Lucky out of last year's WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion, one of the best rivalries of 2024 with the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, miscalculating that cross body, and she's gonna pay for it. And Liv Morgan, of course, made it to the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament last year, and although has seen a couple of bumps in the road, has started to turn it around in recent weeks, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber against Jade Cargill. Now finds herself inside of this structure right here tonight in the 6th, but can she outlast not only Io and Lyra, but the other 3 women encased in the pods of the current moment? Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria looking to pick up right where they left off this past Thursday night on SmackDown. Valkyria taking down Liv with a German suplex right to the back of her neck. Io Sky face plants Lyra in the ring. Lyra, loves to refer to herself as a bit of a raven inside of that ring, soaring through the skies. Certainly didn't want to do so that way. Io Sky now, one of 2 SmackDown representatives in this matchup, stacking up her Monday Night Raw compadres in the corner. Io Sky, former women's tag team champion, but she's looking for a bit of singles gold at WrestleMania as the countdown once again is on. Who is going to join the fray here in Toronto? And the selection is the other SmackDown representative, that being Zoey Stark. Meanwhile, Lyra Valkyria might have just turned Io Sky's lights off for good in this matchup, but it's not over yet for Io. Zoey Stark coming in and immediately feeling the wrath of one Liv Morgan. Tons of history between Zoey and Io, alongside their tag team partners battling back and forth for the women's tag team championships on numerous occasions. Late last year, as Io Sky now with her own hard shot to Valkyria. Lyra survives. Zoey takes down Liv. A lot of action to keep up with inside the Elimination Chamber. We will do our best. Right now, again, Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria just picking up right where they left off this past Thursday night on SmackDown, but there's Zoey Stark inserting herself. Zoey Stark may be a dark horse in this matchup, but she has proved her worth over the last 12 months on SmackDown. Shayna Baszler took Zoey Stark under her wing, really as her protege. Eventually became good friends, eventually became tag team partners, won the tag team titles, and then just a few weeks ago, not because of decisions like that, but Zoey Stark was able to outlast Shayna Baszler to qualify for this very event. We'll see if Zoey has the same luck inside of the structure itself. She's had a couple of failed decisions that time. With Lyra and Zoey going for high risk, high reward maneuvers. Unfortunately, there was no prize to be. Liv Morgan perched up top by Zoey. Able to get out of that precarious situation. Now Zoey Stark just gets sent flying over the top rope. We got 2 veterans in Bayley and Charlotte Flair left staring down each other inside of their pods. Meanwhile, Lyra looking for elimination off the frog splash. Io Sky survives. And it is going to be Bayley from Monday Night Raw joining as the 5th entrant in this Elimination Chamber matchup. Bayley again, the last to qualify this past Monday night, defeating the man Becky Lynch. We will live with an oblivion on Zoey Stark. And there she goes.
Has been eliminated.
Zoey Stark, unfortunately, the first casualty of tonight's Elimination Chamber matchup, thanks to Raw's Liv Morgan. Went from 5, we are down to 4, and still 1 entrant to come as Zoey Stark is heading to the locker room. Liv Morgan may be going for back-to-back eliminations here, but Bayley, fresher than a daisy, able to survive. And Io and Lyra have been all over each other the last few minutes. I think there's some healthy competition there, stemming out of SmackDown just a few days ago. Lyra Valkyria, or I should say Liv Morgan, sending Bayley back inside of the ring. Bayley really not seeing too much in the offensive side since joining this matchup. Code breaker by Liv. All the while, Io sent Lyra for an amusement park ride. Toronto on their feet. This incredible performance is Liv Morgan with an oblivion on Io. Going for back-to-back eliminations. Oh, but Io Sky able to kick out. Io's got some red-hot momentum coming into this thing. The victory over Lyra 3 days ago, qualifying against a former Women's World Champion in Roxanne Perez. Io is not looking to see that momentum go up in smoke. And in 5 seconds, the last woman set to enter. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, is on the scene. Charlotte, Bayley, Liv, Lyra, Io, one of these 5 women will challenge for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. Io Sky, of course, the runner-up in the Royal Rumble match 4 weeks ago, last eliminated by the winner, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. Charlotte Flair, of course, hot off the heels of challenging one Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble, came up short. Looking to bounce back inside of this very structure here tonight. Charlotte Flair coming right into the line of fire. Liv Morgan has been extremely aggressive throughout this matchup. Io Sky and Lyra just continuing to battle. As last year, Raquel Rodriguez won this Elimination Chamber matchup, and what a 2024 she had, winning the Women's World Championship at one point in time. Now Lyra Valkyria with Bayley on her shoulders is looking to have that same success. Oh, and Bayley able to kick out. Lyra nearly scoring an elimination here in the 6th. Io Sky, German on Charlotte. Not just yet. Charlotte, the freshest superstar in there. Liv and Lyra, who started this matchup, gotta be feeling the fatigue. Not only the competitors, but the structure itself. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan, I believe, just wiped out Lyra Valkyria on the opposite side of the ring. Could be going for the elimination here. That's it. Lyra Valkyria, a great showing in her first Elimination Chamber matchup, but unfortunately eliminated by Liv Morgan, who scores her 2nd elimination. Lyra and Liv kicking off this contest. Liv survives. Lyra's hitting the showers. We are down to 4. Liv, codebreaker on Bayley. Will she score another elimination here? She does. Liv Morgan is on a tear as she sends Bayley out of this matchup. Charlotte Flair getting knocked off the top. Liv is running rampant inside the Elimination Chamber. Well, Liv Morgan has felt the glory at WrestleMania just last year, taking down Rhea Ripley to become the WWE Women's Champion. She is looking to find that same success in 2025. Whether it's Raquel or Nia, Liv looking to challenge for the gold at WrestleMania, but she's got to contest Io and Charlotte. A 2nd oblivion on the genius. What the hell is Io Sky made of? Liv Morgan is struggling with Io Sky. She now looks to turn her attention to the Queen Charlotte Flair. We saw what Tiffany Stratton had to withstand at the Royal Rumble was certainly in for a marathon, not a sprint against Charlotte. The same can be said about Io and Liv here tonight. Io looking to score the victory over Liv Morgan that time. Liv obviously been in the longest. Io Sky came in 3rd, Charlotte coming in last. Io Sky stuck between a rock and a hard place. On the shoulders goes Morgan. Charlotte ever powerful, but a beautiful counter by Morgan. Another Hurricane Rana. Charlotte Flair looking up at the top of this Elimination Chamber structure. Io Sky sent into the corner, and you got to give your hats off to Liv Morgan, continuing to be resilient in this contest. Charlotte Flair off the neck breaker. Liv Morgan has scored all 3 eliminations thus far. Zoey Stark, Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley. But Charlotte Flair with this Dragon Sleeper looking to send Liv Morgan out next. Little separation created by Morgan. 2 superstars from Raw, 1 from SmackDown. The Red Brand being represented inside of the ring at the current moment. Code breaker by Liv. Charlotte Flair kicks out. Io Sky from SmackDown observing the scene on the outside of the ring. Maybe the smartest individual in this matchup at the given moment. We're going to reserve some energy here as Liv Morgan risk it all. Off the crossbody. Charlotte Flair seems to be in trouble. Oblivion! And Flair trying to fight through the pain. Let adrenaline fuel her. Get to her feet. And she's got to be feeling it right now as Morgan stacking the offense. Counter by Flair with the powerbomb out of the corner. Another kick out. How many near falls over the last few minutes between these 3 women? Charlotte Flair trying to absorb as much punishment as she can. Live to fight another day. Feel the pain tomorrow morning. Charlotte Flair getting up after that oblivion, and now has got Liv looking up at the lights of Scotiabank Arena. But will Flair be able to close the gap, institute the same amount of punishment to Liv as Liv did to her? And she can't forget about Io Sky, who tried to sneak up on Charlotte, and Charlotte made her pay. Io Sky's reserving some energy right now. You saw her try to insert herself, and Flair was having absolutely none of it. Charlotte looking to focus on one at a time, but she cannot take her eye off the 3rd individual inside of Satan's prison at the given moment. Io Sky taking down Charlotte Flair. Liv Morgan, who's got to be feeling fatigue, especially this late in the Elimination Chamber contest. Oh, wait a minute here. Liv and Charlotte looking to divide and conquer. A little team up, unexpected. Down goes Io Sky. Short-lived as Liv Morgan immediately sets her sights on the Queen again. Charlotte Flair back into the corner. Now Flair with an elbow to Morgan. Reversal by Liv, a second oblivion to the Queen. Liv looking for her 4th elimination. Not just yet, Charlotte Flair still alive. Man, oh man. And now Liv heading to the top. Off the top she comes. Uncharacteristic, but certainly effective. Io Sky scaling the ropes. I don't know what the hell she's got in mind. All the while, Morgan delivers a code breaker. Back into the cover she goes. Another elimination. Liv Morgan has eliminated every participant in this matchup -1. Charlotte Flair is out. We are down to 2. Io Sky, who is striking while the iron's hot, and 1 Liv Morgan. Raw versus SmackDown inside of Satan's prison. Liv has gone 4 for 5 so far. Can she score the 5th? Io off the top now. Step up drop kick. Nearly sending Liv out of her boots. Io going up top. Liv smart to crawl to the opposite corner and get away from the genius of the Sky. Liv and Charlotte were duking it out for a couple of moments there, and it really gave Io some much-needed R&R. Another arm drag by Liv Morgan. And now Io Sky is scaling the side of the Elimination Chamber. Liv, I wouldn't look up. You're not gonna like the view. Here comes Io Sky, sailing through the skies of Scotiabank. And now off the top, over the moonsault by Io. Io Sky is going to WrestleMania. You gotta give your hats off to Liv Morgan, who eliminated every single individual in this matchup. Unfortunately, she could not complete. Io Sky takes down Liv, and Io is #1 contender. What a match inside the Elimination Chamber.
here is your winner, Io Sky!
Well, Io Sky just felt right at home inside of this dangerous structure, soaring through the skies of Toronto in the middle of the Scotiabank Arena. Follow that up with the over-the-moon salt, and Io Sky is headed to the dance. Io will challenge either Raquel or Nia in just 27 nights for the Women's World Championship at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania! Well, coming up next here at the Elimination Chamber, it is no doubt the biggest matchup of Trick Williams' young career. The United States Championship is on the line as he goes one-on-one with main event Jey Uso. We take you back to a couple of weeks ago, live on Thursday Night SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Trick Williams involved in a triple threat matchup. And it seems as if the best friends, Melo and Trick, have really outnumbered the Aussie icon. Saw a little bit of competition throughout the matchup, but it was the end of the day that Trick Williams struck with that trick shot. Took down Carmelo Hayes, said we'll be friends later, and secured #1 contendership. And it leads him here. Trick Williams, who impressed back in December in a gauntlet matchup live on SmackDown, now finds himself the deserving #1 contender for main event Jey Uso's United States Championship right here in Toronto.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship. Introducing the challenger from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams.
Well, you gotta wonder where the confidence of Trick Williams is at. You may think it's at an all-time high, but what about what happened 3 nights ago on SmackDown? The Trick Miller gang defeated by the United States champion Jey Uso and his tag team partner who was making a visit from Raw, that being the megastar LA Knight. Of course, it was Carmelo Hayes whose bad luck continued. He was the one pinned in that tag team matchup, but has that messed with the psyche of one Trick. Well, Trick better have short-term memory. Needs to put what happened on SmackDown behind him. Focus on the now. He's got a United States Championship matchup. And main event Jey Uso is on top of the world as your United States champion.
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, the WWE United States champion, main event,
Jey Uso has held the United States gold since Halloween night, where he defeated Carmelo Hayes and really sent Carmelo Hayes down a bad luck streak. But what's been bad luck for Melo on SmackDown has been nothing but sunshine and rainbows for one main event Jey. He has retained the United States Championship over JD McDonough, Carmelo Hayes in a rematch back at Survivor Series, and Austin Theory on the New Year's Revolution edition of SmackDown last month. Jey Uso has caught the attention, or I should say Trick Williams has caught the attention of the United States Champion, and it has all led to this. Trick, a deserving challenger. Jey, a fighting champion. I am sure respect is there between these two individuals, but when that bell sounds, all that matters is the red, white, blue, and gold. We talk about the respect between Jey and Trick that I'm sure is there. There certainly isn't no love lost between Jey and Trick Williams' best friend, Carmelo Hayes. As you can see, Trick Williams riding solo tonight. It is a singles opportunity against Jey Uso. Certainly two fan favorites, especially Jey on Thursday Night SmackDown. Trick Williams, a rising star each and every Thursday on the Blue brand. And tonight could be a huge coming out party, as Trick Williams may be staring into his future. The United States Championship is on the line right here at the Elimination Chamber. Certainly a sold-out capacity crowd ready for a championship affair in the first of the evening. The bell has sounded. We are underway. Jey Uso, of course, the veteran, I am sure, looking to set the precedent in the early part of this matchup. Remember, Jey Uso took to social media after Trick Williams' incredible performance in the Gauntlet matchup back in December and said he believed Trick deserved a shot at the United States Championship. It's almost as if Jey was willing to give Trick a shot, even though he came up short in that match. Trick Williams, continuing to fight, earned his way to the Elimination Chamber, as you saw in the triple threat matchup a couple of weeks ago. Trick Williams has had his mind on, of course, rising his stock on SmackDown, challenging for championship gold as he does tonight. And of course, the ever-looming issues with one Grayson Waller, who he believes attacked him in the backstage area last month on SmackDown. As those two were set for a contest on that night, and Trick Williams was unable to attend. This is, of course, in the past, Jey Uso, along with Trick Williams, both focused on the now. Jey aggressive out of the opening bell. As we expected, Jey Uso, the veteran here, looking to set the pace and remind Trick Williams, as much as I have respect for you and as much as I admire your rise, tonight is not going to be your night. Jey Uso talked about it earlier when we saw Roman Reigns out here, along with his brother, were banished from Monday Night Raw back in September. A month and change later, Jey Uso arriving on SmackDown, accepting an open challenge from Carmelo Hayes, and main event Jey hasn't looked back since. Really giving himself a complete fresh coat of paint. He's looking for that to continue. But Trick Williams wants his time to shine. Trick starting to get some offense in here, and Trick with a little bit of size and strength over Jey Uso tonight, and that may be what gives him a little bit of a slight physical advantage over the champion. As, of course, for the veteran experience, that is all in the corner of Jey Uso. Trick Williams off the scoop and a slam. Going to take a hell of a lot more to keep down Jey, but you got to commend the effort. Jey rolling to the outside, might have had his bell wrong with a very powerful maneuver inside of the ring, and Trick going to follow it up to the outside. Trick Williams cannot leave any stone unturned tonight. He wants to win the United States Championship. He's got to do what he did in that triple threat matchup against Grayson Waller and his best friend Carmelo Hayes, and that is strike when the iron's hot. Hit that trick shot as soon as you see the opportunity arise and try to win the United States title. And there's Jey turning him inside out. Another pinfall attempt here. We've seen several since the opening bell. Jey getting a little bit closer to the 3 that time. I think Jey Uso even knows that Trick isn't going to go down without a fight, and there's Williams giving it right back to him. I think sometimes when you see those early pinfalls, especially out of a veteran like Jey Uso, they almost know that they're not going to defeat their opponent so early. They're almost trying to get into the psyche and mess with the confidence of the young superstar, and also at the same time force them to extend a little bit of energy. Really wasted in the early part of this matchup, so they don't have it if the matchup gets to those proverbial championship rounds. There's Trick Williams again, striking hard, striking fast, ever powerful as this young man. A bright future ahead of him. Although he's spent his entire career, whether it's been in NXT, on Monday Night Raw, or SmackDown, alongside his best friend Carmelo Hayes, has supported him throughout his United States Championship reign. Tonight is all about Trick. Jey Uso knows that his sole focus needs to be on the up-and-comer. Trick Williams started to rally there. Here's main event Jey trying to turn the tables. Jey Uso knew he was in for a fight tonight, and so far that's what he's getting. Not a lot of sustained momentum on either side of the ring. Both of these men feeling the best that they got. Nothing fancy out of Jey that time. Couple of strikes into the corner. You almost sense Jey not wanting to make a mistake and allow Trick to capitalize here. And there you see, first hand again. Jey goes to the top rope. Could have been looking for the Uso splash. Saul's trick, starting to stir and elected not to go for it. That's where the veteran presence, the veteran mindset of the United States champion comes into play. Not looking to overcommit and make a mistake. Goes for the pinfall that time. Trick Williams again forced to expend that energy if we can get it out correctly. Although survives another moment in this contest, is certainly not looking well against main event Jey Uso. Trick center of the ropes. Jey Uso making him run, making him dodge, and connects with that super kick. And that may be a difference maker in this United States Championship matchup. Trick Williams may not be knocked out just yet, but might have his bell rung. There's Trick dishing it right back to Jey. Powerful forearm there, and drags him right to the ropes. Jey Uso now trying to find his footing as Williams is on his tail. WWE Universe starts to rally around Trick Williams, not just tonight in Toronto, but in recent months on SmackDown. There's many amongst this audience tonight that want to see Trick seize the opportunity. Will he be able to keep down Jey in the biggest match of his career and accomplish his biggest goal yet of winning the United States Championship? Taking Jey off his feet, elects not to go for the pinfall just yet. That's Trick Williams realizing that he is in there with a main event player. That's not just a nickname. Trick realizing he's got to do some more damage if he wants to win the gold. Jey hoisted up top. Trick and hopper suit. Superplex. Jey Uso crash lands dead center of the ring. And Jey able to kick out. Only a 1 count. That is a statement-making kick out by the champion. And Trick Williams starting to rub some salt in those wounds. Williams is feeling it here at Elimination Chamber. Well, Trick might have Jey Uso stirring. Bicycle kick. Do we have a new champion? Not just yet. Excuse my language, a bit of a discus kick that time. Big boot right to the jawline of Jey by Trick. But unfortunately, Jey Uso still into this matchup. Trick Williams may be feeling the confidence rise, however. Maybe realizing that Jey Uso is starting to feel the fatigue. Sending Trick over the top rope. Not necessarily in a hurry up. Jey over the top rope with the crossbody. I'll tell you what, that superplex off the top a few moments ago, although I'm sure took a pound out of the United States champion, might have also woke him up at the same time. Trick Williams almost winning the United States Championship. Jey feeling that title reign flash before his eyes, and now we're seeing Jey on the outside trying to reset his game plan and recalibrate against what is clearly a game #1 contender. Jey back inside the ring, but he falls right into the waiting arms of the challenger, and a high knee by Trick Williams. Trick really starting to feel himself here. I think is starting to put together a game plan himself, but it took a little bit too much time there, and he gets set over the top rope by Jey. This has been a great United States Championship matchup, extremely competitive as you would expect on such a monumental night. 27 nights away from WrestleMania, both of these men looking to walk into Philadelphia holding the red, white, blue, and gold. So reversal by Trick on the outside. Trick obviously needs to get the job done between the ropes tonight to win the United States Championship, and he takes him down with the STO. Jey Uso again starting to stir in the ring, but here's Trick Williams feeling confident. Trick shot! Jey's got to be out cold to win the United States title. Not just yet. Jey Uso still alive here in Toronto. A trick shot might have earned Williams his way to #1 contendership, but at least so far it has not earned his way to being the rightful holder of the gold. Now Jey Uso trying to come alive, kick right to the button of the #1 contender. He's starting to stack the offense. That spine buster, a signature out of his arsenal. Jey going to the top. Could be looking for the Uso splash, but just as we said earlier, Jey Uso not looking to overcommit and make a mistake. Trick starting to stir. Jey says, nuh-uh. Williams down again. That trick shot may have been his best hand. Now main event, Jey's going back up. Looking for a little Uso splash. Jey Uso retains the United States Championship.
Here is your winner, and still WWE United States Champion, main event, Jey Uso.
A great showing in his first PLE singles matchup, and no doubt the biggest match of Trick's young career. He will live to fight another day, but tonight, main event Jey Uso walks into... Wait a minute! Carmelo Hayes waiting to struck Trick! Carmelo Hayes has hit the ring, and not only did he take a shot at the United States Champion, but he cleaned the clock of his best friend too! The hell is this all about? Well, Melo's obvious. Oh, wait a minute. He's coming back. He's coming back to ringside. Melo ambushing Trick Williams at ringside. Well, Melo's been frustrated for months. Bad luck. Stack it up. Loss after loss. My sentiments exactly from this Toronto crowd. Carmelo Hayes stabbing Trick Williams in the back. Things are starting to become very telling. Was it Grayson Waller who attacked Trick last month? Or was it his supposed best friend, Carmelo Hayes? And this Toronto crowd is all over the case of Melo. Trick's got no idea what hit him. Still reeling from the matchup. Melo strikes again, this time in the ring. That rotten, no good, ex-best friend of Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, let the bad luck creep into his mind and has stabbed Trick in the back. After everything they've been through, that selfish son of a bitch. The road to WrestleMania is full of unexpected twists and turns. And just mere weeks before the grandest stage of them all, we make a pit stop in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, as your Saturday Night Obsession is back. February 22nd, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the superstars of Raw and SmackDown are out to make one final statement before the showcase of the Immortals at Saturday night's main event. Don't miss what promises to be an unpredictable night, live from Chi-Town on the 22nd of February. Your Saturday Night Obsession is back. Well, I am still in a bit of disbelief after the heinous actions from Carmelo Hayes moments ago, but alas, we move on, ladies and gentlemen. We are, of course, on the road to WrestleMania. And coming up next month, inside of Lincoln Financial Field, the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match winner, that being the Czar, Ilja Dragunov, will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who will be the champion? We find out later tonight when John Cena, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre compete in your main event in a triple threat matchup for that very World Heavyweight title. But as for the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov, before he gets to WrestleMania, he's got some other scores to settle. That being with the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. These two men have been at each other's necks in the midst of Ilja's feud with McIntyre for months. Sheamus has stood side by side with the Scottish Warrior, and it has all led to tonight's festivities in Toronto. Throughout their careers, these men have wrestled 4 singles matches. They are 2-2. We look back to their last 2 outings in the midst of this rivalry between Dragunov, McIntyre, and Sheamus. It was October the 10th on Thursday Night SmackDown. Ilja and Sheamus, with a very underrated match, dare I say, of 2024, tore down the house on Thursday night. Ilja giving Sheamus a fight. Sheamus giving it right back to him. McIntyre, the X Factor at ringside, who inevitably involved himself and really aided the Celtic Warrior in what was an eventual defeat of the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. Ilja fell on that night, but in course the Survivor Series back in November, Ilja challenged Sheamus once more on November the 7th on SmackDown. The Survivor Series stipulation was at stake. If Ilja were to win, he would choose the matchup, which he ended up being a first blood against Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series. But that victory did not come without pain and punishment from the Great White. These two men are starting to know each other extremely well. And just as Ilja has felt the pain before, he has also felt the rise before. He has outlasted Sheamus. He has toppled the Great White in the past, as you're seeing from this previous battle. Well, Ilja and Drew McIntyre's story, well written, as is Ilja's and Sheamus. And the last chapter that was written was a few weeks ago on SmackDown, when a brawl that instituted in the backstage area spilled its way out to the stage at the opening moments of the show. It almost seems like at every turn for Ilja Dragunov, he has been met with destruction, whether it's been by the hands of Drew McIntyre or, in this case, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. This brawl at the top of the stage is what instituted Falls Count Anywhere for right here tonight at the Elimination Chamber. Dragunov's road to WrestleMania not gonna get any easier. And come to think of it, I don't think Ilja would want it any other way. This is a man who thrives off pain and punishment. He is not intense. He is the definition of intensity. The Royal Rumble match winner, the Mad Dragon, the Zor, Ilja Dragunov.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilja Dragunov.
For Ilja Dragunov, tonight is about more than just victory. He has been in the ring with Sheamus 4 times before. We took a look at their previous 2 outings moments ago. They have split the difference, 2 apiece. As a matter of fact, Sheamus was Ilja Dragunov's first matchup on the main roster, dating all the way back to the fall of 2022. The Ilja Dragunov, who went wire to wire 4 weeks ago at Madison Square Garden to win the Men's Royal Rumble matchup and earn his right to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, does not want to see his momentum go up in smoke here tonight at the Elimination Chamber. Ilja Dragunov is out to put Sheamus to pasture for good. It is Falls Count Anywhere. This fight can go anywhere, not just in Scotiabank Arena, but hell in the entire city of Toronto. Ilja Dragunov has come to collect. He has come for his pound of flesh, but he better be ready, because I have a feeling Sheamus has as well. Like him or not, there may be nobody tougher in that entire locker room than this Great White, who is entering the Great White North.
And his opponent from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Sheamus credits his best friend Drew McIntyre for helping him find his edge again and get a whole newfound aggression and really rebirth the Celtic Warrior before our very eyes. And we have seen the most aggressive side of Sheamus in recent months. We showed you that beatdown on Ilja Dragunov just a few weeks ago on SmackDown. Oh, wait a minute. Ilja Dragunov not waiting for the bell and not waiting for Sheamus to bask in his glory. Ilja starting this matchup on his own accord. We saw referee Chad Patton enter the ring. The bell has sounded. It is Falls Count Anywhere. It's the Scotiabank Arena. Chad Patton simply there to make the pinfall or call for the submission. These two men free to roam wherever in the city of Toronto. No countouts, no disqualifications, and I think after everything these two men have been through, that's exactly what is needed to settle the score as Sheamus' body gets sent to the outside. And I got a feeling the Mad Dragon is looking to spew his fire. Suicide dive sending Sheamus right to the announce table. Ilja Dragunov coming unglued, and we should expect nothing less. A former Cruiserweight champion, Cruiserweight Classic winner as well, a former Intercontinental champion, the 2025 Royal Rumble match winner, Ilja Dragunov, with a guaranteed world title matchup in 4 weeks in Philadelphia, but tonight his sole focus is on getting his pound of flesh from the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. We will find out in tonight's main event who Ilja will meet in Lincoln Financial Field. Will it be McIntyre? Will it be Cena? Will it be Gunther? So many stories that could be written come the grandest stage, but tonight the only chapter of Ilja's story that he is focusing on is the one with Sheamus. And Sheamus obviously out to incapacitate Ilja on his road to WrestleMania. Remember, it was Ilja Dragunov who eliminated Sheamus from the Royal Rumble matchup last month. And just as Ilja gets sent right into the barricade, all the pain and destruction of years and months past got to be flowing back into the mind of Ilja. This is a very familiar setting against the Great White in Sheamus. We said it before, we'll say it again. Ilja Dragunov knows how to rise like a phoenix, maybe better than anybody in that entire locker room. This man thrives off the pain and pressure that the squared circle brings. And although it has been a very physical, demanding rivalry for both of these superstars, it is exactly what has given this WWE Universe a fun rivalry to watch. Sheamus tonight almost like a soldier for the general that is Drew McIntyre. Looking to take care of Ilja once and for all, something that McIntyre has wanted to do for months. No matter how many times Drew thinks he puts Ilja behind him, Ilja Dragunov, like the cockroach that continues to survive the apocalypse, just won't stay down. And that's exactly what brings us to the Elimination Chamber here tonight in Toronto. Sheamus knows that it is not going to be an easy task slaying the mad dragon, but if anybody can do it, it's certainly a man who has done it before, whether he had the help of Drew McIntyre or not. Ilja is somebody who's just continued to get better, continued to raise his stock and become one of the faces of Thursday Night SmackDown. But Sheamus, a bona fide future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion for a reason. McIntyre might have helped Sheamus rediscover his edge in recent months, yes, but Sheamus did a hell of a lot on his own throughout his 15-year WWE career. Ilja sent up the aisleway, and Sheamus in hot pursuit, clubbing blow right to the Czar. Ilja has felt those closed fists before, and I'm sure, although Ilja loves to say he thrives off the pain, can't imagine it is a very welcoming feeling when Sheamus is beating you down on the concrete. There's Ilja starting to fight back. If anybody can survive a brawl with Sheamus, you're looking at him. Unbazik bar across the tights. Ilja Dragunov truly believes he is invincible. Taking Sheamus off his feet in the aisleway. We are still in the opening moments of this Falls Count Anywhere matchup, but I think Ilja knows it's going to take a hell of a lot more to keep down the Great White. Sheamus has had success at this very event before, but Ilja Dragunov just last year walked into his first Elimination Chamber event, retained his Cruiserweight Championship that he held at that time over his arch-rival J.D. McDonough. Ilja looking to come back to this event, weeks out of challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship and take care of Sheamus once and for all. These two men are fighting over concrete right now and nearing the WWE Universe here in Scotiabank Arena. This isn't good for either one of these gentlemen. Danger is afoot here in Toronto. Talked about it before, but really nothing referee Chad Patton can do. He is simply there to count for a pin or call for a submission. Follow the action anywhere it may roam here in the 6. Ilja throwing a shot. Sheamus just clubbing blows right to the abdominal. Couple more of those. Ilja's going to be gasping for air. Oof. Nothing pretty about it. I know we said a moment ago that if anybody can survive a brawl with Sheamus, it might be Ilja Dragunov, but Sheamus is a different kind of animal when it comes to closing up your fist and starting to swing. What have we said about Ilja Dragunov time and time again? This man is a different breed, cut from a different cloth. Just 4 weeks ago, started the Royal Rumble matchup, ended the Royal Rumble matchup, victorious, and is on his way to WrestleMania no matter the result tonight. Certainly doesn't want to see his momentum go up in smoke. Doesn't want to have his confidence rocked. And does not want to give Sheamus, or Drew McIntyre for that matter, the satisfactory of defeat here tonight. The brawl continues amongst the WWE Universe here in Toronto. These men surrounded by concrete and danger. I do not like this for either of these SmackDown superstars. Oof. And Ilja's just trying to absorb this punishment right now, but there's only so much the human body can take as Sheamus now dropping Ilja, Dragunov right on the concrete, and into the cover he goes. Falls count anywhere. This matchup nearly coming to a conclusion right at the feet of this sold-out crowd in Toronto. Nonetheless, the fight continues, and Ilja Dragunov finally able to block whatever Sheamus had in mind. Another clubbing shot, I'm sure, and sends him into the barrier. Ilja Dragunov bringing this fight back to ringside, at least bringing his own soles of his boots back to ringside. And now looking underneath the ring, Ilja might have made a stop at Home Depot before he crossed the border. He's got himself a table, but now Sheamus stealing it from his grasp and throws it right at his noggin. No disqualifications. Ilja knows those stipulations very well, but the Celtic Warrior only looking to institute some hardware if it's on his own accord. Sheamus, I'm sure, coming in tonight with a game plan that he's looking to execute to perfection. And right now, as he sends that table inside of the ring, and we are finally back where this match started, Sheamus is in firm control over the Men's Royal Rumble match winner. Ilja just eating those elbows right to the heart, trying to get to his feet. Dragunov looking worse for wear right now. We can't count him out, but also can't deny what Sheamus is instituting at the current moment. And a kick out as this matchup was nearly reaching its conclusion. Ilja Dragunov able to survive again and gets the boot up. Creating some separation on Sheamus that time, and now leaving the soles of his boots soaring through the sky, at least at a short distance there, and does it again. Throwing all his body weight behind that clothesline to take Sheamus off his feet. Into the corner, Ilja once again revving up the engines here, and again just collapses Sheamus out of the corner. Can never, ever count out the Mad Dragon. This man knows rising like a phoenix better than anybody. It's just in his DNA. Back underneath the ring. Ilja's got a hockey stick. Well, we are in Toronto. We are in the North. They love their NHL up here. Here's Ilja swinging that stick. Sheamus looks like he doesn't know what hit him. Ilja Dragunov's looking for a goal. Oh, Sheamus finally able to dodge it. Now Ilja Dragunov eats that hockey stick to the abdominal and now over the back. Oh! And there's going to be welts on these men's flesh tomorrow morning. Dragunov, I think, is regretting grabbing that hockey stick as Sheamus is just beating the ever daylights out of him. Sheamus unloading here. This has literally turned into a hockey fight in the middle of Scotiabank Arena. That may as well have been the equivalent of a body check into the boards. Ilja Dragunov, dazed and confused, in a precarious spot as Sheamus nearly drives him through the ring. This one's over. Count to 20. Ilja's done for it. Maybe not. A kick out by the Mad Dragon. Absolutely getting beaten to smithereens with that hockey stick, but somehow Ilja able to survive. Sheamus just broke it over the damn ankle of the Mad Dragon. And now has turned his sights to the table. Oof. Nothing pretty about it, folks. Ilja Dragunov, win, lose, or draw, may be feeling the effects of this Falls Count Anywhere matchup in 4 weeks' time when we get to Philadelphia at WrestleMania. Ilja able to sidestep, reversal, sends Sheamus into the corner. Does Ilja Dragunov have a last-ditch effort? Wait a minute, Sheamus set up that table. might come back to haunt him. Down he goes through the wood. Ilja Dragunov with the overhead throw. Sheamus rolled to the outside, but in Falls Count Anywhere, there's nowhere to run. Off the senton, Chad Patton hustle it up. And this matchup was nearly over, but Sheamus kicks out the last second. Ilja needed a Hail Mary. Sent Sheamus through the table. Sheamus rolled to the outside, which normally in any other matchup would have saved the day, but Dragunov followed him with the senton, went for the pinfall, and nearly got the 3 count. And now Ilja, back underneath the ring, has grabbed another table and just chucked at Sheamus. This matchup might not be over, but Ilja has found his way back into the driver's seat, at least for a moment. Sheamus with an elbow. And Dragunov right to the ring post. And this has been a grueling Falls Count Anywhere matchup. Just as their matches have been on SmackDown, hard-hitting, hold nothing back. Last man standing's gonna get those bragging rights proverbially, if you will. Ilja sent back inside the ring. Certainly by the force of the Celtic Warrior, just collapses off the collision with the corner. That just goes to show you how much damage Ilja has taken since the opening bell. And another table set up by Sheamus. The first one came back to haunt him. It was nearly the last-ditch effort that Ilja needed for victory. Unfortunately, victory not to be just yet. Now Sheamus has got his eye on the other piece of hardware and setting it up almost similar to how he did on the opposite side. Ilja's on the top. And the Celtic Warrior is looking for payback. Just as Ilja put him through a table moments ago, now a little roll reversal. Off the top, through the table. Ilja sent to the outside off a clubbing clothesline by the Great White, and into the cover he goes. And again, Dragunov able to kick out. These two men beating each other to smithereens, and we should have expected nothing less when we saw Ilja Dragunov versus Sheamus on the Elimination Chamber marquee. I can't believe that Ilja willingly signed up for this fight 4 weeks out of what will no doubt be a challenging main event no matter who holds the World Heavyweight title and stands across the ring from the Czar come WrestleMania. But that just goes to show you the guts, the glory, and the will of the men's Royal Rumble match winner. It's what drove him to victory 4 weeks ago in the Garden. Sheamus is just beating all the glory out of Ilja right now. You know, for a man who has taken a substantial amount of damage, Sheamus is certainly looking almost fresh as Ilja creates a little bit of separation and certainly much needed. DDT on all of the table debris. Sheamus might have got overconfident. Ilja gonna make a bang power bomb. And Ilja's not done just yet. H-bomb off the middle rope. Ilja Dragunov finds a will and finds a way to secure victory here in Toronto. A grueling Falls Count Anywhere matchup. These two men beating the ever-living daylights out of each other. Sheamus a little bit overconfident in those final moments, and Ilja Dragunov struck when the iron was hot. H-bomb to victory.
Here is your winner, Ilja Dragunov.
Ilja Dragunov's 2025 continues to soar in the way of success. In 4 weeks, that man will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble match winner on his way to the main event of the grandest stage of them all. It's been called the grandest stage of them all, the showcase of the Immortals. And on Saturday, March 8th and Sunday, March 9th, the biggest events of the year will arrive. Live from Lincoln Financial Field in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the superstars of Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown will walk down the aisle for a chance to live forever. In these hallowed halls, whose name will be written into the annals of history? Who will stand and deliver? Who will perform their greatest symphonies yet? Who will stand on top of the world's biggest stage as a champion? We find out on Saturday night, March 8th, and Sunday night, March 9th, as Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the 2025 WrestleMania! We are just 27 days away from the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, a night where history is always made. And as we found out earlier tonight on the Elimination Chamber kickoff show for No Nation Gaming channel members, coming up on the WrestleMania kickoff shows on March 8th and 9th, even more history will be made specifically for the women's division of WWE. Championship gold has always defined greatness in the WWE, but now a new chapter is set to begin. For the first time ever, the Women's United States Championship and Women's Intercontinental Championship will crown their first holders. The United States title, an exclusive prize of Thursday Night SmackDown, a championship for the fearless, the resilient, and the battle-tested. The Intercontinental title, a grand prize of Monday Night Raw, a championship for warriors who thrive under pressure. Over the next several weeks, superstars from both brands will fight for their moment in history. Victories will be earned, legacies will be defined, and on March 8th and 9th, on the WrestleMania kickoff shows, exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members, two champions will be crowned. Who will rise? Who will seize their moment? History will be created at WrestleMania! Even more of a reason to be excited for WrestleMania next month. Exclusively on the kickoff shows for No Nation Gaming channel members, the first ever Women's United States Champion and Women's Intercontinental Champion will be crowned in Philadelphia. But it is time to see who will march into WrestleMania as the Women's World Champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's World Championship. Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
It was only 4 weeks ago that at number 30 in the Royal Rumble matchup, Nia Jax returned to the WWE, and she has been on a collision course ever since. One objective in mind, and that's taking down Raquel Rodriguez, capturing the Women's World Championship, and marching into WrestleMania holding the gold. Tonight is where Nia can accomplish that dream. But as for Raquel Rodriguez, she is not looking to let up the Women's World Championship by any accord, even if it is an uphill battle in Toronto.
And her opponent from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, the WWE Women's World Champion, Raquel Rodriguez.
It It was 12 months ago, Elimination Chamber 2024. Raquel Rodriguez winning the Women's Elimination Chamber matchup, and it truly was the matchup that set her on the career year that she had. Winning the Women's World title last May, holding it for multiple months, of course engulfed in a bitter rivalry against Roxanne Perez on SmackDown, and then kicked off her 2025 at New Year's Revolution by winning the Women's World Championship for the second time. Over the last few weeks, Raquel Rodriguez has been left laying by one woman and one woman only, and that is the irresistible force known as Nia Jax. But tonight is where it counts. If Nia leaves Raquel laying for the third time in a row, completes the hat trick here in Toronto where it counts most, Nia may be walking into WrestleMania as the Women's World Champion. Of course, remember what happened just a bit ago. Io Sky winning the Elimination Chamber matchup. She will challenge the winner of this matchup in 4 weeks' time in Philadelphia at WrestleMania for that very championship. Raquel Rodriguez normally not in this situation, but tonight she is certainly fighting an uphill battle against a game-destructive Nia Jax. The bell has sounded, and we are underway. Irresistible force versus immovable object, or maybe that's just a catchphrase that does not work for this matchup because Raquel just got moved pretty emphatically. Nia Jax just 72 hours ago on Thursday Night SmackDown with one of the most shocking and impressive victories we have seen in quite some time. Defeated the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, in minutes. What was it? 3 minutes at that on Thursday night? That's taking down one of the most dominant women ever in WWE. That is what Nia Jax did just 3 nights ago. And then what about the victory over Zelina Vega 2 weeks ago on SmackDown? And look at Nia, it's like she's playing with her food right now, just teasing Raquel Rodriguez, so confident that she'll be leaving Elimination Chamber tonight as the Women's World Champion. Io Sky, of course, the one who eliminated Nia Jax from the Royal Rumble matchup last month in Madison Square Garden. Could their paths cross again in Lincoln Financial Field in 4 weeks' time? 27 days away from WrestleMania, history will be made on the kickoff shows. First ever Women's United States Champion, first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion to be crowned on their respective nights. This is all about the Women's World title, and so far Raquel Rodriguez is being dominated by Nia Jax. And when have we ever said those sentiments about Raquel? Raquel has met some matches and has had some great competition inside of that ring. But Nia Jax may just be a different breed that Raquel Rodriguez is unable to figure out. Raquel obviously going to give this match a fight and give it her damnedest as she knocks Nia down momentarily. As we've seen on SmackDown in recent weeks, it's one thing to knock Nia off her feet, it's a whole other thing to keep her there. Raquel Rodriguez sent to the ropes. Look at Nia Jax, ever agile, and Raquel just runs into a brick wall. I'll tell you what, Raquel winning back the Women's World Championship at the top of 2025. Defeating her rival in Roxanne Perez live on SmackDown. And in her first defense since, she may be coming to a screeching halt, at least her championship reign may be, to Nia Jax. Nia in the corner off the headbutt. Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute, we're real early on, and Nia Jax, I got a feeling, may be looking for what laid out Raquel twice before. Annihilator! Nia's gonna win the title in quick fashion. Not just yet. Raquel Rodriguez barely kicking out. Well, that just goes to show you the guts, the resilience, the never say die attitude of a woman who scratched and clawed her way back to top contendership to finally win back the title for months on SmackDown. Nia Jax left Raquel laying twice before in recent weeks with that very maneuver. Might have taken her off her feet again, but Raquel realizes tonight is where she needs to rise. If she wants to walk back into WrestleMania, this time as the Women's World Champion, she's got to get through this challenge tonight. Nia Jax now the one taken out of the corner, but can Raquel Rodriguez find a way to keep Nia looking up at the lights of Scotiabank Arena? Been a great night thus far here at the Elimination Chamber, and still so much more action to come on our road to WrestleMania. Raquel Rodriguez looking for her road to not stop here tonight, yet for it to continue. Oof! Nia Jax, nothing pretty about it. Just sent Raquel's spine first into the apron. And now Nia on the outside. This is certainly not where Raquel needs to be wrestling this matchup. Nia Jax already an irresistible force, already can be destructive at that. Now at ringside, surrounded with nothing but hardware to whip and toss Raquel into. It is only going to be more disastrous for the champion. Nia looked to be breaking the count at least for a moment, but I think has elected to allow Raquel to come to her, and can't say that's a disagreeing worthy strategy of Nia Jax, although she did get caught. Got to give Raquel a little bit too much time to capitalize that time. Nia Jax, who has been the aggressor for the majority of this matchup, sidewalk slam. Just an old school wrestling maneuver. You don't see it too much anymore, but Nia using it to fullest extent. And Raquel able to survive again. Nia's starting to get a little frustrated. She certainly had a lot easier time keeping down Asuka and keeping down Zelina Vega in recent weeks on her road to this championship bout tonight. When has somebody ever come back into the WWE fold and immediately inserted themselves in championship competition as fast as Nia Jax has? Imagine if she is able to leave Toronto tonight holding the women's world title. Raquel Rodriguez has imagined it, and it's certainly our worst nightmare. Takes Nia off her feet with a massive big boot, couple of elbows, just hoping to keep Nia Jax on the canvas, keep her grounded. Raquel's gonna have to find a way to take enough wind out of her sails and get a 3 count if she wants to meet Io Sky in a defense of that championship at WrestleMania. Nia back into the corner. Raquel could be looking for a signature this time. Corkscrew using all of her body weight on Nia. And nearly retaining the title, but Jax kicking out with emphatic force. Nia rolled to the outside, I think, although Raquel has not gotten the victory for the first time. It seems as if Nia Jax has been wounded. Nia down momentarily. Raquel Rodriguez eyeing up the opposer. In hot pursuit and takes her off her feet. This is what Raquel's got to do. It's just got to wear down the challenger here at Elimination Chamber. Nia sent back inside the ring. You got to give credit to Raquel. She is not looking to be a champion that retains via countout or any other underhanded tactic. She has always got the job done inside of the ring. Oh no, Raquel on top. Certainly not where she wants to be with Nia Jax in control, but Raquel continuing to fight. Oh my. Nia Jax now hoisted up top. The hell's Raquel Rodriguez got in mind? I don't think we're going to find out. Nia Jax sending her into the ropes. Nia gave Raquel a little bit of hope, but I think she's had enough of the games. And there's Jax at her best. Nothing pretty, nothing fancy, just destructive. Raquel's feeling the brunt of it. I don't know, man. I think we are on the verge of a new women's world champion, and Io Sky may be running into an irresistible force come Philadelphia. What the hell is Nia Jax going for? The hell she need to be doing on top? Raquel not gonna like this. Oh, able to sidestep it. Nia collapses. Raquel Rodriguez getting the hell out of dodge. Inside cradle this time. And referee Jessica Carr right there to unfortunately not call for a bell, not call for a 3. Nia Jax able to pop the shoulder off. It's sent into the corner, and her own momentum takes her off her feet. Nia Jax, think about it, costed herself a little bit of a, or I should say the control of this contest, trying to come off the top with a high-risk maneuver that, quite frankly, she did not need to implore. Mistake out of the arsenal. And the irresistible force as Raquel Rodriguez wheels are a-spinning. Oh man, Nia's been put on top. Raquel, known to be a powerhouse in her own right. Oh man, belly to back suplex from Raquel to Nia. My goodness! Ever powerful as Raquel and ever defiant as Jax. A kick out at 1. Very few women are going to be able to do that to Nia Jax. But Raquel Rodriguez, ever resilient, ever powerful, able to get Nia out. But unfortunately, she is not able to keep her down. Jax nearly winning the title off a massive clothesline. Io Sky awaits the winner of this matchup in 4 weeks' time in Lincoln Financial Field in the city of brotherly love. Will it be Raquel Rodriguez defending the Women's World Championship, or will it be the irresistible force, Nia Jax? Raquel may be in trouble, my God! Yeah, I think she's far past maybe in trouble. She clearly is in trouble. When the hell have you ever seen Raquel ragdolled like that? Oh no, Nia going for a leg drop that would have absolutely incapacitated Raquel. But Raquel at the last second able to get the hell out of Dodge. Rodriguez now looking for the most massive Tahana bomb we have ever seen. Last ditch effort. Gets the victory. Raquel's going to WrestleMania. Nia Jax extremely dominant throughout this contest, but Raquel proves to be resilient, and Raquel's will to head back to the dance drives her to the win.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's World Champion, Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez and Io Sky certainly have themselves a measure of history. They've met before for that Women's World Championship, and Io Sky was nearly victorious. That's dating all the way back to last summer. Well, they are going to write another chapter in their history. In 4 weeks' time at WrestleMania, Io Sky victorious earlier tonight, and Raquel Rodriguez overcoming the odds, retaining the Women's World Championship live from Toronto, and is heading to WrestleMania. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. Coming up next here in Toronto, it is time to decide who is heading to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. The phenomenal AJ Styles, your challenger. The unpredictable badass Bron Breakker, your champion. These two meet for the very first time. Coming up next. Before the bell sounds here in Scotiabank Arena, let us take a look at the tail of the tape between these two individuals. Bron Breakker, of course, the heavyweight badass that he is. In his short WWE career, already the WWE Champion, 41 days since he won the gold. Of course, he won that championship by cashing in the Money in the Bank that he won last July. We're talking about WrestleMania. Bron Breakker already 1-0 in his only outing at the grandest stage of them all. As for AJ Styles, the veteran, not just in the wrestling world, but especially here in WWE, a 4-time WWE champion, 4-time United States champion, the 15th Grand Slam champion in WWE history. Last year, AJ Styles held the WWE title for a collective 107 days, and since we're speaking on WrestleMania records, Styles 9 appearances at the grandest stage, a winning record 6-3. This year, 2025, who's heading to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion?
You don't want none.
We're gonna get our answer to that very question right here, right now, in Scotiabank Arena. It was several weeks ago on Monday Night Raw that man, the phenomenal AJ Styles, outlasted the Second City Saint, CM Punk, somebody who has had a load of history with dating back to last year, inside a solid steel cage to secure #1 contendership. We talked about how it's been 41 days since Bron Breakker won the WWE title. Of course, he cashed in his Money in the Bank on CM Punk, who moments prior had competed in a matchup where he defeated AJ Styles to win that WWE title. Styles and Punk both had an argument to become #1 contender. They duked it out inside the cage. Styles was victorious, and now, live and in living color from the 6th, right here in Toronto, Styles gets his opportunity to not only head back to WrestleMania, but to head back to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. But will he be able to keep down the unpredictable badass who has taken Monday Night Raw by storm, Bron Breakker? And when those sirens sound, you know that the dogs are gonna be barking here in Toronto. And there is the top dog himself of Monday Night Raw. The former 2-time NXT champion now stands loud and proud at the precedence of the WWE itself. Bron Breakker, a man who has earned victories over the Rated R Superstar Edge, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the Viper Randy Orton, the Megastar LA Knight, the Second City Saint, CM Punk. Bron Breakker has already accumulated a record in his WWE career that many superstars would only dream of. And it's the reason he is the WWE Champion today. But the tasks continue to get more challenging for Breakker, and if he wants to head in to his second career WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, it is not gonna be without some struggle. I am sure Bron Breakker has prepared weeks on end for this contest against AJ Styles, just as Styles has been locked in to get back the WWE title for the unpredictable badass.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ and his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Bron Breakker.
Let us not forget what these two men have been dealing with in the lead up to Elimination Chamber tonight. That's the ever ominous presence of the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross. But very shockingly, Karrion Kross promising to stay away tonight. In his words, he wants to watch the world burn and be there to pick the bones. I don't know what Karrion Kross's MO is. I don't think we ever do. Karrion Kross does what he exactly wants to do on Monday Night Raw. But that is a whole nother situation. We need to focus on the WWE title. That is the task at hand. As the bell has sounded and we are underway in our WWE Championship matchup. For the first time ever, one-on-one, Bron Breakker meets AJ Styles. AJ Styles, of course, teamed up with Bron Breakker a few weeks ago to take out a common enemy, and Akam and Razor, the authors of pain. But moments after the matchup, it was clearly a short-lived partnership as Styles sent a message to Breakker with a phenomenal forearm moments after the bell. Of course, that was a short-lived celebration for Styles as well, as Karrion Kross arrived on the scene and was the last man standing in that equation. But again, that is a whole nother situation that neither of these men can be focused on tonight. Karrion Kross will do what he pleases, but right now it is Bron Breakker and it is AJ Styles, and it's the chance to walk into WrestleMania and main event defending the WWE Championship. AJ Styles spent over 100 days as champion last year. Walked into last year's WrestleMania as the United States champion, a part of the SmackDown brand. Styles looking to walk into the grandest stage yet again, holding gold. Bron Breakker, on the other hand, 1-0 at WrestleMania. Retired the Rated R superstar, the Hall of Famer Edge last year. That was really a victory for Bron Breakker that took him up a couple of pedestals here in WWE after spending his first year on the main roster, really on some rocky ships to say the least. Bron has become a different man. He's really coming to his own on Monday Night Raw, and it is showing, especially as of late as the WWE Champion. AJ Styles, however, looking to expose Bron Breakker for somebody young and somebody not ready for the spotlight of WrestleMania here tonight. Styles over the top with a classic forearm. The Phenomenal One, certainly no stranger to besting the youth of WWE, but Bron Breakker looking to show once again that he is just a different breed. Bron Breakker able to outlast Damian Priest at the Royal Rumble by hook or by crook. Of course, we talked about it earlier tonight, the emergence of Roman Reigns, who ended up aiding Bron Breakker in his assault of Damian Priest. That's a whole other situation. I still can't believe what happened earlier tonight between those two individuals. Meanwhile, Styles inside cradle, nearly stealing the title away from Breakker. The reason you got to bring that up, however, is I don't think there's going to be any X factors in this contest. It is mano-a-mano between Styles and Breakker tonight. And although Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows have been known to loom in the distance at times, as Styles nearly catches Breakker again, you got to give credit where credit's due. AJ Styles on the WWE title has been on the line, whether he's been champion or he's been challenger. Anderson and Gallows have stayed at a distance, and Styles has got the job done on his own. I'm sure that's what the Phenomenal One looks to do again. There's certainly no shortage of confidence in a bona fide future Hall of Famer, a man who has done it all in this industry, but is looking to get back to WrestleMania, where he has had 9 previous appearances, and looking to walk in as the face of this entire franchise, the WWE Champion. It's all Bron Breakker, very excited, very aggressive out of the opening bell. AJ Styles is going to wrestle his style of matchup. Would yes, be a little fast-paced at times, but on his accord. Styles looking to dictate how this matchup progresses, and right now he's getting exactly what he wants. Styles, no doubt, had one of the best matches of last year against CM Punk at Bad Blood in October, which was a retention of the WWE title he was defending on that night. Styles no stranger to having to push his body past its physical limits in order to obtain glory. I'm sure he'll be willing to do so again if it is called for. Bron Breakker nearly catching AJ that time. Styles now, no stranger to throwing strikes and an enziguri. Tell you what, Bron Breakker struggling to sustain momentum against the Phenomenal One here tonight in Toronto. It just goes to show you how levels above AJ Styles is against many members of the WWE locker room. Acai moonsault to the outside. Bron's looking up at the lights, of Scotiabank Arena. Now sent back inside the ring. AJ Styles, of course, needs to get the job done between the ropes in order to win the WWE title tonight. Bron now creating a little bit of distance. Shot right to the abdominal of the Phenomenal One. Hoisted on the shoulders. Again, Styles gets out of it. Bron cannot seem to find a window. Burning hammer by Styles, just dropping Breakker right on his crown. And Bron able to kick out. Impressive kick out that time after an oh-so-devastating maneuver by the Phenomenal One. AJ Styles, multiple-time WWE champion throughout his career. Won that title in 2016, 2017, 2022, and of course 2024. 2025 may enter his 5th reign. Bron Breakker, however, not looking for that to be. Press slam, down goes Styles. Breakker with a sense of urgency and elected one of his best maneuvers. The powerhouse that is Bron, nearly keeping AJ Styles down in a hurry. Bron Breakker definitely in a sense of play, a catch-up at the moment, as AJ Styles controlling the most of this matchup thus far. Couple of forearms right to the back. Bron Breakker, whether he's fighting an uphill battle in some of the eyes of the WWE Universe or not, he's going to throw everything he's got at AJ Styles until he hears a bell. Overhead throw, down goes the Phenomenal One. It's the same thing that happened last month at the Royal Rumble. Damian Priest, very aggressive throughout that matchup, controlled a lot of it. And yes, Roman Reigns arrived in the back half and aided Bron Breakker. But Bron was able to survive one way or another in those championship rounds. Tonight, another test for the WWE Champion himself. Neckbreaker by Styles at the reversal. The Phenomenal One not allowing a rally here from the unpredictable badass who looks a little wounded off that drop. Into the corner, Breakker, just as we said about AJ. Nobody wants to see a comeback. Nobody wants to see a rally. Both of these men jockeying for position here. Live in Toronto. AJ, suplex, no, turns into another neckbreaker variation. Could be softening up Bron for the Phenomenal Forearm. You take out the neck region, go after the head, incapacitate the chin, injure every body part you can. It's going to be slim pickings, soft goods for AJ Styles as he now comes over the top rope. Bron Breakker has got no answer for a man who held the WWE title for over 100 days in 2024. AJ Styles, outside of a couple of glimmers of hope for Bron, is wrestling his style of matchup at the current moment. When AJ wants to jump, he's been jumping. When AJ wants to strike, he's been striking. And now, Frog Splash off the top to win the WWE title. Nearly winning the gold, but look how unenthusiastic. Breakker barely getting the shoulder off the mat. If I'm AJ, don't argue with the ref. Don't sit there in frustration. Strike while the iron's hot. Bron is clearly hurt. And Styles now. Another forearm to Breakker. Man, Breakker just collapsed on impact. And now AJ's heading to the apron. God only knows what he's got in mind. Oh man, could have been looking for Phenomenal Forearm. Bron Breakker obviously felt it. The sense of urgency. Oh no, another burning hammer on the outside of the ring this time. Just when you think Bron's got AJ, just when you think there's gonna be a comeback, Styles says nuh-uh. Bron sent back inside the ring. AJ Styles in the drop zone, Phenomenal Forearm to win the WWE title. Bron Breakker kicks out, you gotta be kidding. AJ has been all over the unpredictable badass in this matchup, softening up the head, softening up the neck. Styles doing all he can. He strikes with a Phenomenal Forearm, just as he did on Raw a few weeks back. But Bron Breakker able to rise. But does the WWE Champion have enough left in him to overcome the odds and retain the title? Bron sending AJ out of the corner. Nothing fancy, just throwing him around like a rag doll that time. Oh no, Bron Breakker. This may be risky business, but any and all costs to retain the championship here tonight. Off the top and at a closed fist. Bron is not getting pretty. Bron Breakker just trying to be as effective as he can and as calculated as he can with every strike, knowing he is a battle-tested champion at the moment. There's AJ off the back breaker. Styles, springboard, moonsault. AJ Styles, who won the WWE Championship last September at No Mercy, retained it for 107 days, only to be spoiled by CM Punk, who was then ruined by Bron Breakker. Styles now looking to win back the championship, but Bron Breakker stands in his way. AJ Styles on the ropes, the WWE Champion, has got to find a way to keep down the Phenomenal One. Utilized that military press into the slam earlier. It was not enough. Double underhook, turns AJ inside out. The power of Bron Breakker will be most beneficial for him if he wants to make it through Styles and head to the main event of WrestleMania. Just as much as it takes out of AJ upon impact, especially this late in the matchup, how much it takes for Bron Breakker to hoist Styles' body weight and throw him around the ring. How much does Bron have left internally to be able to do so? Oh no, AJ Styles caught up again as Breakker just bounces his head on the canvas. I'll tell you what, AJ Styles hit that phenomenal forearm earlier and it might have just woken up Bron Breakker. AJ creating the distance. Seems as if Breakker is going for another military press. Bron, however, going for the spear. AJ Styles sidestepped it. Styles now from behind. Schoolboy gonna steal the title. Nearly won it. Nearly won it. Bron's misstep was almost what aided AJ Styles in victory. Bron might have saw the title reign flash before his eyes. Now sends AJ out of the corner again. And another kick out. How many near falls have we seen in this undisputed WWE Championship matchup? AJ Styles down. Bron Breakker's got a strike. The badass in the corner. Spear! Bron Breakker cutting AJ Styles in half. And now the unpredictable badass not going for the cover. A second spear delivered on the phenomenal AJ Styles. Bron Breakker retains the WWE Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Bron Breakker.
And look at that, AJ Styles giving Bron Breakker a sign of respect after a oh-so-physical fight and an ever-resilient effort by the victor, by the WWE Champion, by the man who will walk into his second WrestleMania this year in 4 weeks' time in Philadelphia as the rightful holder to the gold. You gotta give your hats off to Bron Breakker. We are continuing to see his ascension before our very eyes. This young man has taken the WWE by storm, and he's got no signs of slowing down. AJ threw everything he had at the unpredictable badass, but only one man can leave the Elimination Chamber and head to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, and you're looking at him, meaner than evil, Bron Breakker! But don't forget, coming up next Saturday for No Nation Gaming channel members, it is the Road to WrestleMania live event. Hit the join button down below, become a No Nation Gaming channel member, and punch your ticket for what is going to be an extraordinary night next Saturday at the Road to WrestleMania. But coming up next, live from the 6th, who will challenge Bron Breakker for the WWE Championship in Philadelphia? Finn Balor, Austin Theory, LA Knight, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins. It is a star-studded Elimination Chamber matchup, but only one man can achieve the golden opportunity and challenge for the WWE title in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. And maybe nobody has more momentum than the megastar.
The following contest is the Elimination Chamber match. The rules of the match are as follows. 4 participants will be locked away in their respective pods. 2 superstars will start the match in the ring. The participants will be released into the match in random order. Eliminations can take place at any time during the match. the last superstar remaining in the chamber will be declared our Elimination Chamber winner! Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight!
This past Thursday night on SmackDown, LA Knight not only picked up a victory against this man, Austin Theory, but competed again in the main event and scored another 3 count. LA Knight coming in hot and heavy to the Elimination Chamber.
And his opponents, first, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory!
And you want to talk about momentum. Austin Theory probably would have more of it if it weren't for his issues with Randy Orton getting in the way of some recent opportunities. One of those, of course, being the interpromotional matchup against LA Knight this past Thursday on SmackDown. Theory seemed to be nearing victory upon the arrival of the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. It was a BFT that put Theory's, well, night to sleep. And then, of course, it was last month, Austin Theory nearly winning the United States Championship from main event Jey Uso, another occurrence where the Viper slid in and took Theory's eye off the ball. Tonight, that is not a factor because both men will compete inside the same ring. Their issues boil into the Elimination Chamber. Will Theory and Orton be looking past each other or to each other? And do their roads to WrestleMania lead directly through each other in the Elimination Chamber? Theory enters the second pod here in Toronto. And say his name, he will appear. The Apex Predator is on the scene.
And from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
LA Knight may have more momentum than anybody else, yes, but I don't think there is anybody more hungry in this Elimination Chamber match tonight than that man, the Viper, Randy Orton, who spent the better part of last year chasing the World Heavyweight Championship and really chasing his former glory on SmackDown. Randy Orton has been itching, dare I say dying, to get back to the main event, to hold championship gold all over again. He enters a very familiar structure tonight. Orton has competed in many Elimination Chamber matches over the years. This one may mean more than ever before. Bron Breakker moments ago, retaining his WWE Championship. He will defend that gold in 4 weeks' time in Philadelphia. Will he be meeting Randy Orton at WrestleMania? Austin Theory in the pod, staring at his recent rival in Randy Orton as their paths inevitably will cross in the middle of Satan's prison right here in Toronto, Ontario. Certainly not a unfamiliar stomping ground for the Viper. And unfortunately, this is not the first time we are seeing the Prince Finn Balor here tonight. Already making his presence felt and aiding Damian Priest in victory over Roman Reigns.
And representing the Judgment Day from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor!
Well, you know, we talked about earlier tonight, Balor and Priest for the better part of the last few years have dominated the tag team scene on Monday Night Raw. Former 3-time World Tag Team Champions, back-to-back years were voted by you, the fans, the 2023 and 2024 Tag Team of the Year at the Slammy Awards. But the Prince Finn Balor walks into the Elimination Chamber. For the first time in 2 years, it looks to achieve single success a part of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor has never met Bron Breakker in one-on-one action. Finn Balor challenging for the WWE Championship maybe a couple of months ago seemed like a pipe dream, but now the Prince inside the Elimination Chamber on his own. Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio certainly won't be able to be a factor, as there's miles of chain surrounding the squared circle. For once, if the Judgment Day wants to be successful, Balor's gonna have to do it on his own. And with the superstars that oppose him, it ain't gonna be an easy task. Losing the WWE Championship within minutes, 41 days ago at the Slammy Award edition of Raw. Losing the Royal Rumble match, losing #1 contendership against AJ Styles. If CM Punk wants to get to WrestleMania, tonight is the last chance inside Elimination Chamber. Toronto has certainly appointed their favorite in the Second City Saint.
And from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
This certainly is not CM Punk's first rodeo inside of Satan's prison. He has not only competed in this match before, he has won this match before. Even back in 2012, retained the WWE Championship, surrounded by this very steel and chain. But tonight it is the opportunity to head to the main event of WrestleMania, somewhere CM Punk has never been before, and go one-on-one with somebody he has met before in Bron Breakker for a title that CM Punk wants to hold again oh so desperately. CM Punk starts out this matchup. And he certainly can't do it alone. Balor, Theory, Knight, and Orton encased in the pods. CM Punk starts off the Elimination Chamber with a visionary, with a revolutionary, with a man who walked into last year's WrestleMania as the WWE Champion.
And from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
If history tells us anything, the Elimination Chamber event has been very generous to Seth freaking Rollins in previous years. Just 2 years ago, Rollins retaining the World Heavyweight Championship at this very event. Last year, Rollins retaining the WWE Championship at this very event. Rollins has wrestled in 2 straight WrestleMania main events for respective world titles. Will it be a three-peat, this time with Rollins as the challenger to Bron Breakker's WWE Championship? A question we remain an answer to. As the bell has sounded, the men's Elimination Chamber matchup is underway. CM Punk, Seth Rollins kicking things off. And it is a star-studded field inside of Satan's prison this year. Punk and Rollins representing Monday Night Raw as CM Punk hot out of the gate. Just a couple of months ago, these guys were on the same side of the ring in another dangerous structure. That was War Games back at Survivor Series. Successful over AJ Styles in the Judgment Day on that night. But obviously there are no friends inside the Elimination Chamber, especially with a WWE title opportunity hanging in the balance at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins the last to enter this matchup, defeating Damian Priest this past Monday night on Raw to qualify. CM Punk in a WrestleMania return match from last year, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura to qualify for tonight's very event. Both of these men holding the WWE Championship within the last 12 months. Both of them, more than anything else, want to do it again. CM Punk's got Rollins backed into a corner in the early moments. We saw earlier tonight just how destructive this match can be and just how fast eliminations could occur. At any given second, bodies could be falling. It was Io Sky who outlasted a clearly dangerous Liv Morgan, who dominated the field. Io Sky on her way to WrestleMania to challenge Raquel Rodriguez for the world title. At the next bell, we will know our WWE title match 4 weeks from tonight in Philadelphia. Punk to the outside, and Rollins wildly comes off the top with a strike. Obviously not as far to fall, but still a lot of damage done as CM Punk comes crashing down and now does so again by hands of the Visionary. Rollins and Punk starting out this matchup. Who will be third to join the party inside Elimination Chamber? And it is going to be the Prince Finn Balor. The history runs oh so deep between Balor and Rollins, and they're about to cross paths again inside the Elimination Chamber. Again, this is not the first time we are seeing Finn Balor tonight. Aided Damian Priest along with Dominic Mysterio, and Priest's victory over Roman Reigns at the top of this event. Balor, of course, ambushing Rollins this past Monday night on Raw. Looked like Balor's trying to recruit CM Punk there for a double team on Seth Rollins. I don't know who the hell he thinks he's talking to. Punk ain't having none of it. As we were previously mentioning, Balor ambushing Rollins this past Monday night on Raw after Rollins had qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Now Rollins off the knee to Punk. Certainly chaos ensuing this past Monday night on Raw between the Judgment Day, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, as it has for weeks, if not months. But now Rollins and Balor meet inside the Elimination Chamber, and they gotta watch out for the X Factor and CM Punk inside Cradle looking to eliminate the Visionary. Not just yet. Punk and Balor have met a couple of times on Monday Night Raw as well. No strangers to each other. Certainly these three individuals that are inside the squared circle right now, three of the focal points of the red brand over the last year. Now they all stand at the cusp of greatness. We're going to get inside the ring with the unpredictable badass, the young, the dominant Bron Breakker, who moments ago retained his WWE title over AJ Styles in a very resilient effort. And Rollins from behind, dropping CM Punk, who looks up at the lights. Off the Scotia Bank for a moment, and a swing blade by the Prince. And the body's just gonna keep on coming. Will it be Orton? Will it be Theory? Will it be Knight? Who's joining the Elimination Chamber? Three options, but it can only be one. Make your pick. CM Punk looking to take out Seth Rollins, and I believe it is Austin Theory's number who has been drawn. Balor going for a drop kicker. I think it was just going to the top rope, and Theory might have shook it up. Balor crashing and burning. Austin Theory going to join the fray. A man who's looking to bounce back after that loss to the megastar LA Knight this past Thursday on SmackDown. CM Punk going after Theory. It's a one-on-one matchup I would love to see in the future. Meanwhile, Balor trying to eliminate Seth Rollins. Not just yet. Oh, and Punk set over the top rope. Nothing fancy about it. Austin Theory competing in his second Elimination Chamber match tonight. Willing to throw caution in the wind, dropping the X Hammer on CM Punk. Theory and Orton competed in this matchup last year, all for a shot to challenge for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. A matchup that was won by Drew McIntyre over the last 2 years. And of course, McIntyre, your current World Heavyweight Champion, that will defend the main event coming up next. Rollins and Balor at any cost in this matchup, or I should say at any turn in this matchup, have been all over each other, really to no surprise. All the while, CM Punk is focused on the fresher Austin Theory, who gets met with a knee and a clothesline. Just as we said about Theory and Orton meeting each other at the crossroads here in the middle of the Elimination Chamber, Rollins, pedigree to Finn. Their rivalry continues here in Satan's prison. Seth going for a curb stomp. Balor countered into a cutter. All the while Rollins, or I should say all the while Punk nearly eliminated Theory. A hell of a lot of action to keep up with inside of Satan's prison. Will it be Orton? Will it be Knight? The fifth entrant coming up in seconds. And it will be the megastar LA Knight, who has accumulated a hell of a lot of momentum on the road to this very event. Knight going right after Theory, picking up where they left off this past Thursday. Meanwhile, Balor almost eliminated Seth freaking Rollins. Almost got ahead of myself that time. Thought Rollins was going to be the first casualty. LA Knight, who took a couple of month hiatus, returned to Raw back at the Slammy Awards, defeated The Miz with one very emphatic Blood Force trauma. Went on to qualify for tonight's event, defeating Sami Zayn in an Elimination Chamber qualifying matchup. LA Knight and CM Punk have met a couple of times before, reigniting their feud. Rollins early eliminating Theory. And it is anybody's ball game. So many top stars in this Elimination Chamber matchup. Just as we saw earlier tonight, at any given second, bodies can start flying. The damage rakes up a hell of a lot earlier in this style of matchup with the chaos that surrounds it, way more than a normal match. Balor and Knight going at it. Theory and Punk going at it. Rollins trying to recoup. Randy Orton on the outside, the last man remaining in the pod. Certainly the Viper going to be coiled and ready to strike any second. Theory better watch his back. As for everybody in this matchup, I'm sure Randy Orton's got 3 letters in mind, and that's the 3 most dangerous letters. The RKO, the mover that could punch his ticket to WrestleMania. LA Knight going for elimination on Balor, not just yet. Every single one of these superstars competed in the Royal Rumble matchup last month. All of them unsuccessful. Tonight, their last hope to get to WrestleMania. 5 have entered, only 1 man left to come. Here comes the Apex Predator. Randy Orton entering the ring and going right for Austin Theory. Theory, who tried to recalibrate and remake his name on Orton's behalf several months ago, putting Orton on the shelf for months. Orton has been headhunting Theory ever since. Orton and Theory going at it. Balor and Knight going at it. Punk sent Rollins into the chains moments ago. Thank goodness the Scotiabank Arena installed the Wild Coyote Cam so we can keep up with all this action inside the Elimination Chamber. Seth Rollins and CM Punk continuing to square off. I was about to say on the outside of the ring, now on the inside. Finn Balor. Oh, brain buster to Austin Theory. Theory may be knocked down cold. Into the cover, Theory gets the shoulder up. And Theory might have his eggs scrambled. Finn Balor dropped him right on his crown, and I don't think he's done. Balor realizes he is ripe for the pickings. Again, down goes Theory. Into the cover. Elimination.
Theory has been eliminated.
I don't even think Randy Orton realizes that Austin Theory has been eliminated in this matchup. A good, obvious elimination at that, but I bet Randy Orton wanted the satisfaction of getting that man out of here. But nonetheless, it is Finn Balor who takes the first casualty of the matchup. Austin Theory is gone by hands of the Judgment Day's representative. We are down to 5. Balor, Rollins, Orton, Knight, Punk. That might be 4 as Randy Orton nearly got caught. Randy Orton, I think, finally turned around, saw Austin Theory hitting the showers. I guess a good problem to have. Theory's out of here. Orton just upset he didn't get to eliminate him. Orton in there with Rollins and Punk, 2 of his great rivalries over the years. And while CM Punk going for a back elbow. I think he was going for Rollins, but Orton pulled Seth unintentionally out of the way so he could inflict his own punishment. I believe Finn Balor has also been busted wide open if my vantage point is correct. Obviously, flesh not meant to come in contact with the steel and the chains of the Elimination Chamber. Bloodshed bound to happen in these confines. Balor sent over. Randy Orton working on CM Punk at the current moment. Wait a minute, I think Rollins gonna get in there. Look at Orton leaving his boots. Certainly impressive by the Viper. Here's Rollins now. Falcon Arrow in the Apex Predator. Seth Rollins hits his second pedigree on Finn. Rollins slow to capitalize here. Orton, wait a minute, maybe picking the bones. There he goes.
Balor has been
second pedigree of the matchup on a busted open Finn Balor. Rollins beat up, fatigued, unable to get the pinfall. Orton said, no problem, I'll take care of it. Finn Balor has been eliminated. It's almost as if Rollins and Balor took out each other's rivals. I should say Rollins and Orton. Nonetheless, Rollins and Punk going at it. Punk and LA Knight going at it. Punk dropping the axe hammer. Randy Orton. Rollins on his shoulders and he gets hung up. We are down to 4. It is certainly an all-star 4. Anybody's ball game to head to the main event of WrestleMania. Off the neck breaker. Punk looking to head to his first main event of the grandest stage, but the megastar still into it. Gets dropped to the DDT. Look at the casualties inside of the chamber. Punk survives another moment longer. LA Knight, Randy Orton locking horns. CM Punk back to the outside. I don't think that's a good idea with a waiting Seth Rollins. Oh! There's certainly no love lost between any of these superstars when WrestleMania stands between them. Rollins climbing the pod. Off the top onto CM Punk on the floor. That's gotta do it. Punk's gonna be eliminated here. No! CM Punk still alive after Rollins risked it all. Orton with an RKO to LA Knight. Not over yet for the megastar. Orton, however, has been busted wide open. Man, oh man, Rollins comes flying, Orton with the RKO, and somehow no casualties to be had. LA Knight's got color as well. All 4 of these bodies looking broken. CM Punk with a GTS on LA Knight. Moments after an RKO, it's over.
LA Knight has been eliminated.
LA Knight is gone. Loads of momentum coming into tonight, but meant between Orton and Punk. No way the mega superstar can withstand that punishment. We are now down to 3. The Apex Predator Randy Orton, the Second City Saint CM Punk, and the Visionary Seth Rollins. And what a night it has been. What an Elimination Chamber match it has been. We are 4 weeks away, 27 days to be exact, from our trip to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Who wants it more? Who will challenge for the WWE Championship against Bron Breakker? Oh, and Orton takes both men out. I told you, as Randy Orton was making his way down the aisle, I don't think anybody's more hungry than the Viper. Orton going vintage DDT. Orton better realize that CM Punk's waiting in the wind. Punk from behind, gonna eliminate Orton. No. Oh man, Orton almost got caught. And Randy, realizing it, starts to unload on the self-proclaimed best in the world. Go for an RKO. Rollins avoids. Rollins has been there. He has felt that. He knows it will be destructive to his WrestleMania hopes and dreams. Punk, I believe, has been severed, has been busted wide open. Oh no, dropping Randy Orton with a pile driver. This matchup is absolutely unrelenting, and now Punk with Orton on his shoulders. Go to sleep. Orton kicks out. Orton kicks out. His hopes of main eventing are still alive. And I don't know how. Orton's busted open. Punk's busted open. Rollins trying to pick some bones. But obviously a lot has been taken out of himself as well. Let us not forget that Punk and Rollins started this entire matchup. Randy Orton, the last to enter, certainly wouldn't think so just by looking at him. Punk going to the outside, trying to catch a breather. Probably the best thing he can do at the moment is Rollins and Orton inside of the ring are looking to take out one another. Rollins creating a little bit of distance on what has got to be a weakened Randy Orton. Rollins going for a curb stop. Randy Orton wiped out. And Orton immediately tried to get the hell out of dodge, crawled to the corner, but the damage is done. Rollins now into the cover. Randy Orton again able to kick out. Oof. And a CM Punk once more from behind. Orton again with the shoulder up. What the hell is it gonna take to keep down the Viper? And Orton now going for a pinfall. A lot of close calls when it comes to eliminations, but a 3 count is yet to be had. Rollins, or I should say Orton's got to be running on E. Rollins with a shot right to the heart. And that's enough.
Randy Orton has been eliminated.
The wind completely taken out of Orton's sails off that one final blow. Orton has been eliminated. We are down to 2, and it's the 2 men who started this matchup, Seth freaking Rollins and CM Punk. One of these men will main event WrestleMania against Bron Breakker for the WWE Championship. Whom will it be? Rollins delivers a knee to the open wound of the self-proclaimed best in the world. 41 days ago, Punk thought he won it all. Held the WWE Championship in his hands, only for Bron Breakker to arrive on the scene and cash in Money in the Bank. He's been thinking about it ever since, but unfortunately has been met with bad luck after bad luck. Will tonight be where he turns it all around? Catching Seth Rollins out of the air. We talk about CM Punk's journey to the Elimination Chamber. What about Seth Rollins, who main evented the last 2 WrestleManias, has been dealing with the Judgment Day for months? Rollins could finally put it behind him if he can survive. Kick out. Man, oh man, Punk with the elbow off the top, but it's not enough to keep down the Visionary. What a way to finally bury the past and look towards the future if Seth Rollins can win this Elimination Chamber matchup and challenge for the WWE title. Certainly has CM Punk up against the proverbial ropes right now, just ragdolling him in and out of the ring inside of this Elimination Chamber. CM Punk is down, Rollins is heading back to the top. Moonsault! And it lands. Another near fall. How many times has CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams flashed before his eyes? Went for another, did not connect. Punk trying to be reliant on that schoolboy. It's yet to find him victory. Maybe this is where it does. Rollins pops the shoulder up again. Float over, neck breaker. Just when you think it's over, the match progresses, and a weakened, bloodied CM Punk somehow is feeling more confident than ever. Rollins crawling away to the corner, feeling the pressure of the moment. CM Punk closes the gap with a signature knee. Rollins trying to go for the German. Punk counters. I don't know how these 2 men even have this kind of energy left that they're starting out the Elimination Chamber matchup, going through Balor, going through Theory, going through Knight, going through Orton, and now being left inside Satan's prison with each other. Punk off the springboard. On the outside, Rollins looking worse for wear. Oh, sent right to the plexiglass of the pod, and now Punk sent back into the ring. These 2 men jockeying for position ever since Orton was eliminated, trying to get that exclamation point, that final nail in the coffin. And clearly they're both emptying the tank with little left. Rollins on top again and wipes out CM Punk. CM Punk is hurt. And clearly the flesh wounds are only getting worse. Oh no, Rollins, what has he got in mind? He's heading back up to the top. We saw this earlier. Rollins go to the well again. This time nobody home. Crash and burn on the floor of the Elimination Chamber. You can't go to the well twice against somebody as experienced as CM Punk on the shoulders. GTS. Has Rollins been put to sleep? CM Punk is going to WrestleMania. A hell of a closing moments between the two men that started this matchup and withstand all the pain and punishment from bell to bell. But a misstep by Seth Rollins going to the well with the dive off the pod. It might have worked earlier, but CM Punk read his playbook the second time, added GTS on top of that, and CM Punk has punched his golden ticket to Philadelphia.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
41 days ago, CM Punk was the casualty of Money in the Bank, and Bron Breakker secured the WWE Championship by cutting CM Punk in half with a spear. Punk has been waiting to get back in the ring with the unpredictable badass ever since. And now they will meet in the main event of WrestleMania in 27 days live from the link for the WWE Championship. Punk walks in and Punk's walking out. Victor in the Elimination Chamber. It's been called the grandest stage of them all, the showcase of the Immortals. And on Saturday, March 8th and Sunday, March 9th, the biggest events of the year will arrive. Live from Lincoln Financial Field in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The superstars of Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown will walk down the aisle for a chance to live forever. In these hallowed halls, whose name will be written into the annals of history? Who will stand and deliver? Who will perform their greatest symphonies yet? Who will stand on top of the world's biggest stage as a champion? We find out on Saturday night, March 8th, and Sunday night, March 9th, as Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the 2025 WrestleMania! In just 27 days, we will reside in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field for WrestleMania. Earlier tonight, the Royal Rumble match winner, Ilja Dragunov, successful in his pursuit of the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Who will he meet at WrestleMania? It is time to find out. It is your main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, the franchise, John Cena, and the Ring General, Gunther. It is a triple threat match with massive WrestleMania implications. Let us take a look at the motives for each individual. John Cena, of course, chasing his 17th World Championship. He has challenged for this title several times already. How many more opportunities will Cena receive? Is tonight the final chance? As for the Ring General Gunther, last year he was the World Heavyweight Champion for 275 days, ruled SmackDown with an iron fist. Will Gunther rule again? Drew McIntyre, the current champion, spent all of last year trying to get back the gold, and just 28 days ago won it back against Cody Rhodes in the last man standing matchup. Is McIntyre already doomed to fail? Stuck between Gunther and John Cena, is this where McIntyre's empire comes crashing down? We find out right here, right now, in your main event at Elimination Chamber. Who is going to WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion?
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the World Heavyweight from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time,
In one of the best matches of last year, John Cena came up short to the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in pursuit of the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series. John Cena, once again, finds himself on the cusp of his 17th trip to the top of the mountain. But standing in his way is the ring general Gunther, somebody he's been at odds with for months, and you can say the same sentiments about the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. All roads lead to WrestleMania. It is a high-stakes, high-reward main event. You can't stop me. On the t-shirt of John Cena, Cena has to feel unstoppable if he is going to get through Gunther and Drew McIntyre tonight. You saw the credentials. From Survivor Series 2023 to SummerSlam 2024, Gunther was the World Heavyweight Champion for 275 days, ruled SmackDown with an iron fist. And this is the first time since SummerSlam that he'll have a chance to get back the gold. Are we on the reign for Gunther to once again be World Heavyweight Champion?
And introducing the challenger, representing Imperium, from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds, Gunther!
Gunther defeated a hell of a lot of impressive names throughout his World Heavyweight Championship reign, Drew McIntyre included. Not once, but twice, one of those matches in last year's WrestleMania main event. Gunther, of course, originally pinned John Cena in the Four Corners elimination matchup to earn #1 contendership, anticipating a one-on-one match with Drew McIntyre this evening. The following week, John Cena pinning Drew McIntyre's shoulders to the canvas in the midst of a tag team match on SmackDown, clearly earning his spot and making this a triple threat. Gunther not satisfied, McIntyre not satisfied, but the result is the result. If you want to get back to the dance, the main event of WrestleMania, as the World Heavyweight Champion, this is the path you must travel. Two challengers ready. But we are in need of the World Heavyweight Champion. Quite possibly the most dangerous version of the Scottish Warrior we have ever seen walking the aisles of Thursday Night SmackDown. And McIntyre better be ready for war here in Toronto.
And introducing the champion from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
We watched firsthand for the better part of last year, Drew McIntyre slowly slip into madness, obsessed with winning back the gold that now resides around his waist. Finally taking down Cody Rhodes in one of the most brutal, heinous, last man standing matches we have ever seen 4 weeks ago at the Royal Rumble. Remember Cody Rhodes suffering that neck sprain and still possibly missing WrestleMania next month, and it all has to do with the actions of Drew McIntyre. The Scottish Warrior does not give a damn. He doesn't give a damn about Cody. He doesn't give a damn about Gunther, John Cena, Ilja, Dragunov. All McIntyre cares about is the World Heavyweight Championship that he now holds. McIntyre looking to get through this challenge tonight. Defend that title against Ilja in the main event of WrestleMania. Finally put to bed one of his biggest rivals in his entire career and stand at the cusp, at the top of the entire WWE as the World Heavyweight Champion. All three of these men with their own motives. Will Gunther reignite a rivalry with Ilja Dragunov at WrestleMania? Well, John Cena, who seemingly is the fan favorite here in Toronto, not only accomplished his 17th world title, but headed into a dream match with Ilja Dragunov, the man who lastly eliminated him in the Royal Rumble match last month. That is the prize that is at hand. The World Heavyweight title. Main eventing the Elimination Chamber. John Cena, Gunther, and the champion Drew McIntyre. The bell has sounded and we are underway. It is your main event. It's the Scotiabank Arena, live here in Toronto. Gunther and John Cena going at each other immediately. Really should expect nothing less. Those two men have been at odds for quite some time on SmackDown. Here you see Drew McIntyre trying to insert himself into the fray. He just gets sent right over the top rope. Cena and Gunther have met now in a triple threat match, a fatal four-way match, tag team matches, of course the Royal Rumble matchup. They were at each other's necks. Cena and Gunther with a lot of bad blood starting to develop. Gunther, remember, leaving John Cena laying multiple times now with power bombs not only in the ring but on the outside. Drew McIntyre getting himself into the ring and going after John Cena. I'm sure McIntyre still feels some type of way about being pinned by the franchise a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown and is looking to not only retain his world title tonight but send a statement at the same time. All the while, Gunther going underneath the ring. Of course, it's triple threat rules. No disqualifications, ladies and gentlemen. McIntyre, however, want no part of it. And McIntyre could not have two tougher opponents in this triple threat matchup tonight than John Cena and Gunther. Two of the most dominating champions in WWE history. Bonafide future Hall of Famers, no doubt about it. Gunther and Drew McIntyre locking horns. This is the first time they're in the ring with each other since... Wait a minute here, look at this, look at this! Cena and Gunther with a little bit of tandem offense there on the World Heavyweight Champion, and Cena saying, thanks for that help. Now, look up at the lights. Referee Charles Robinson a little out of position that time, but I think it's going to take a lot more to keep either of these men, whether it's Gunther or Drew McIntyre, down. Oh. I'll tell you what, triple threat matches so difficult to get sustained momentum in. Just when you think you got your opponent, here comes the other one attacking you from behind, just like we've seen multiple times already. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head, but obviously that is easier said than done. Just gotta trust your instincts, trust your gut, try your damnedest to keep your eyes on both individuals. Really, for John Cena, what he's doing so far, what Gunther did earlier, taking Drew McIntyre out of the equation, send it to the outside of the ring and just try to focus on the individual inside, may be your best bet. Maybe no countouts, no disqualifications in the midst of a triple threat match, but the decision has to be made between the ropes. You can try to eliminate, proverbially, one of your opponents and focus on the other. Inside of the squared circle, you may have your best shot at winning the gold. As we were mentioning a few moments ago, this is the first time McIntyre and Gunther are sharing a ring in the midst of a contest since WrestleMania Saturday last year, as Drew McIntyre lands right on that steal that Gunther instituted earlier. McIntyre, who's fallen short to Gunther not once but twice before, has got to be feeling flashbacks coming in contact with the ring general. Can't underestimate everything that McIntyre has gone through over the last year. He may not like it, or well, we certainly don't like it. It's absolutely despicable what Drew McIntyre has become. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Powerbomb by Gunther! Man, oh man! Gunther saying, you know what? Enough of the games. I'm striking. And obviously, John Cena's right there. Gunther unable to go for the powerbomb while McIntyre was down momentarily, but the ring general striking with that powerbomb, taking out the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther wants back the gold that he once held. Man, oh man, anything can happen at any given second. Now look at Cena, realizing McIntyre may be weakened off the Bulldog that time and the powerbomb a few moments ago. John Cena getting the 2 count, unable to secure his 17th world title as he drops the leg on Drew. Gunther and John Cena have had odds since the month of October. Gunther returning for the first time since SummerSlam the same night John Cena returned for the first time in over a year. And later found out that Gunther really took issue, we should say, John Cena being called the greatest of all time. John Cena being dubbed the franchise player of the entire WWE. And quite frankly, Gunther wanted John Cena nowhere near what he called his show, Thursday Night SmackDown. And ever since then, the problems have just continued to develop. Gunther eliminated from the Royal Rumble matchup by John Cena. John Cena joining this fray for the World Heavyweight title after Gunther had already secured a one-on-one match. Cena the thorn in Gunther's side that seemingly won't go away. Couple of heavyweights in there, throwing their bodies around. Cena off the DDT, but how many times are we going to see that already and throughout the rest of this contest? You think you got your opponent trying to go for the pinfall. There's the other superstar breaking things up, not even allowing a one. Gunther leaving the soles of his boots uncharacteristically there, jumping on that neck breaker. Cena trying to come from behind. Now McIntyre. All of these men just trading blows. There's Cena utilizing the power. And dare I say, Gunther and Cena have been at each other, and it almost feels like McIntyre's the X Factor. He tries to intervene between the fight between the ring general and Big Match John himself, and that's what he gets for his troubles. Gunther and John looking to tear through each other en route to the World Heavyweight Championship, prove a point to the other. McIntyre getting hung up in the ropes. John Cena breaking things up. This is your main event tonight on what has been an extraordinary evening here in Toronto. The Elimination Chamber in a sold-out Scotiabank Arena where John Cena is looking for his 17th world title. Attitude adjustment. Drew McIntyre, however, right there to ensure that Cena isn't getting that victory just yet. Oh, wait a minute. McIntyre taking care of Cena. McIntyre going to retain the gold. Not just yet. Cena with the attitude adjustment on Gunther. Drew McIntyre ensuring that John Cena did not win the championship, but Drew nearly stole it in those moments. It was only 4 weeks ago that McIntyre kicked off this World Heavyweight title reign. He is not looking to let it up after nearly a year-long journey to try to get it back. Cena in the ring trying to bring in another steel chair. McIntyre looks like he wants no piece of the outside hardware in this matchup. McIntyre starting to unload on both of his respective challengers. And now over the top rope on to John. If that doesn't show you how desperately McIntyre wants to retain the World Championship tonight and head into WrestleMania, I don't know what will. Gunther in and out of the ring, steel chair in hand. Cena trying to get to his feet. Oh man, Gunther. Steel chair right to the spine of the Scottish Warrior. Well, the ring general bending that chair in half nearly over the flesh of the Scottish Warrior, showing you how bad he wants to get back the championship gold. Gunther now getting caught up in the grasp of John Cena. There's an overhead shot by McIntyre for his troubles. Hard to say who is the biggest danger in this matchup, who's the biggest threat. All three of these men have an argument to make. As Gunther now taken down. Well, we said it earlier, the ring general defeated a long list of superstars, major names throughout his World Heavyweight Championship reign, but he never found himself in a triple threat matchup. Now tonight he finds himself in one as a challenger. Drew McIntyre the champion. All three of these men at ringside at the current moment. McIntyre with a reversal on Cena. Gunther looking ahead from west to east, enjoying the party here. But Drew McIntyre just runs him over with a shoulder block. Seeing how dangerous McIntyre can be. Remember the first blood matchup against Ilja Dragunov at Survivor Series, how dangerous it was. The last man standing match against Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble. McIntyre willing to throw his opponent's bodies in harm's way as long as it means he walks out as the winner. Oof. Man, imagine getting chopped right in the head by Gunther. Gotta imagine fatigue is starting to set in when you're in there with that extra body. Certainly a lot more damage gonna be taken. Cena lays out Gunther, now turns his attention to McIntyre, trying to piece these men up and find a way to secure his 17th trip to the top of the industry. McIntyre down. Cena looking for a little 5. Knuckle. Shuffle on McIntyre. Gunther right there. Getting Cena right in his grasp. Letting him have it. Unloads with a lariat. McIntyre may be out. It may be smart for Gunther to take care of John. Well, just as we say that, McIntyre starts to get to his feet. And now a neck breaker. Man, this match has been unpredictable. It has been chaotic. It is anybody's ball game here at the Elimination Chamber. Gunther now sent into the corner by hands of the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. McIntyre as powerful as they come. What the hell has he got in mind? Could be looking for a superplex here. Look at the strength of the champion. Down goes the ring general. Cena connects with a chair. Into the cover goes John. McIntyre kicks out. Toronto has come unglued. It was in this very city, this very building, in 2006 that John Cena won the WWE Championship. Will tonight be the night he wins his 17th world title? Cena, go for an AA on Gunther. Not just yet. Gunther, powerbomb to win the title. McIntyre breaks it up. Oh, man. Gunther now set over the top rope. Drew McIntyre staring down a damaged John Cena. Go for a Claymore. Cena sidestepped it. McIntyre kicks up. Claymore to retain the championship. Not just yet. Not just yet. Cena's still alive. What a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. McIntyre beating down on Cena. Gunther's come in with a new piece of steel. And Cena takes out both men. If anybody knows how to rise, if anybody knows how to clinch it up in the final moments of a championship fight, you're looking at them. They've called him Big Match John for a reason. Off the steel chair shot, those are starting to add up. And Drew able to survive again. Gunther back inside of the ring. Level Cena with a clothesline. And McIntyre right there ensuring Gunther cannot capitalize on damaged goods. German suplex. And he dropped Gunther right on the back of his crown. Collapses Cena out of the corner. Drew McIntyre now takes care of the ring general. John Cena, who's laid out on top of a steel chair at the moment. McIntyre, second Claymore to the franchise. McIntyre retains the World Heavyweight Championship. What a match. A hell of a fight in triple threat rules. But we now know who will head into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, oh so desperate to win back the World Heavyweight Championship, accomplished that goal last month. Now he gets through not one but two tough challenges here at the Elimination Chamber. And now the Scottish Warrior will head into battle with the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov, at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre is on top of the world. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! We're not done just yet! The American Nightmare! is in Toronto! Well, Cody Rhodes, who went down with a neck sprain, possibly missing WrestleMania thanks to Drew McIntyre, is here. I assume not by orders of doctors, certainly off their discretion, and Cody Rhodes is marching towards the squared circle. Against anybody's orders, the American Nightmare is coming to get him some of the Scottish Warrior. No suit and tie. Cody Rhodes is here in gear. Cody Rhodes is here for a fight. Drew McIntyre, who just went through a hellacious World Heavyweight Championship matchup, has to feel like he's seen a ghost. We were not expecting Cody to be here in Toronto. We were not expecting Cody back for weeks, if not months, possibly missing WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes saying, "I'll be damned." Clearing off the announce table. Cody Rhodes has got a steel chair. Look at a repeat history. This time, a little role reversal from the Royal Rumble. And the chair off the skull of the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh my goodness. McIntyre nearly defenseless after the triple threat matchup, and Cody Rhodes now taking him by surprise. Another chair shot. With every sound of that steel, it's gotta feel therapeutic for one American Nightmare. Another shot to the spine. Cody Rhodes is fired up. He is fed up. And again, I'm sure what is against doctor's orders, Cody Rhodes is here at Elimination Chamber getting him some. Oh no, McIntyre on the announce table. Cody Rhodes with a pedigree to the World Heavyweight Champion. McIntyre may be the victor. McIntyre may have retained his gold, but the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is back. And what does this mean for WrestleMania? McIntyre signed on to meet Ilja Dragunov, but Cody Rhodes is back and wants the World Heavyweight Championship.